was a heavy week for hip hop since I mean it's a heavy week for hip hop since and I mean I never personally met the man, but I just think that there's a lot. I mean, it's like I was watching KWAAI perform yesterday, and she did Utata, um, and he was on the first verse. Yeah, that was hectic. Just watching that performance because that man basically took her out of KWAAI, so I got her a co-sign. So salute to Kelly for being a legend. He's a beast of king.
Yeah, had a big influence on music.
True. For me, he's one of, for me honestly, top three lyricists of South Africa, like in South Africa all time. Like I know it might sound controversial, you could probably put Stoggy T, Double HP, throw in that category. Youngster is also a very good lyricist, but I think his career is still going, so we can
on the up. It's not going up and up.
maybe when it's said and done, we can talk about that. Yeah, now dedicating for me top three, definitely. Our artistry also. But yeah, today we were with a man who's also on his way to making things like a legend of his own. You know what I mean? In the industry, you know,
Klutch.
Mr. PPW himself, you know what I'm saying? Mr. White House himself, you know what I mean? Salute. What was the first or the previous project as well? One with the car. What was that called now again?
White House. That was White House.
That was
that
White
White
House.
House? No.
Quantum physics as well.
Nah, there's an EP, a project with a car, man. I think Siani, my brother, isn't there a whole project? I like that project, man. Salute King Klutch. Welcome to the Dangerzone, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, salute to Andy, out to One Optics in the house, you know. Salute to Dalilly, Master in the house, you know. Oh, yeah. So,
Klutch gang.
What do we call it? Klutch Kontrol?
Klutch Kontrol.
Klutch Kontrol, salute. I like that. So tell us about Klutch Kontrol. What is Klutch Kontrol?
Klutch Kontrol is basically independent label on our own that we are basically embarking on. So I'm signed to myself. That's the point about it. And obviously it consists of my team that has their own specific roles in doing whatever they do, and it contributes to the final outcome. You know. So.
Good.
It's deeper than what I'm just saying, but
respect. So in terms of the team, who does what? Besides you being an artist, do you do everything yourself?
No, I don't do everything myself. So Master 500, I'm sure you guys heard like on some of my tracks. Another masterpiece, you know, that's something that he produced, which is on 90% of everything, you know. Obviously, we are collaborating with other producers here and there, but that's his role. So he manages the production and whatever the case may be. So everything where the music is concerned must go through him. It starts by him also when it comes with a beat, you see. So yeah, that's basically what it is. And then there's Dalilly, he's in head of management over there. So yeah, he does exactly what he does, you know. And then I have another guy that handles my photography, as well as events managing, which is Jenna. It's Klutch Kontrol photography. I'm sure you guys have seen it somewhere on Instagram. And then I have Brownie Rais Fatah. He obviously, you know, made sure that we transport it from wherever we need to be, because I needed to be here. And the team needed to be here, you know. So for example, so wherever I need to go gigs or whatever, make sure that I'm on time and on set for wherever I do need to be. And then I have Camo, which is obviously, you know, he's like all around, he's doing everything that, you know, all many loopholes and some things that are not covered, so he's like a SME. You know, like, to be honest, if I'm doing that.
Or you could say he's like your day-to-day manager, because you could have a manager and a day-to-day manager.
Yes, he is part of management.
Okay,
so so all the roles that they play, it contributes to this that you see today. I could never do it on my own. So whoever you are out there, you need people that are with you and connected with you, and that also has the same vision that you do have and are as hungry as you are, because if they are not as hungry as you are, then you're not going to obtain the result that you were looking for, you know. So to be honest, that is, I need to say it like it is. I'm not gonna.
Nah, don't
You know,
sugarcoat
so
that. That's facts. I want the
that's-
people to
that's how
take that
it is,
message
and I
away.
don't think I've ever said that before.
Yeah.
Like I said it just now. So, the homies can vouch for me.
Aye, but like you know,
You
honestly,
understand
I say it to homies of mine, man, bro. I don't know, like Andy, I don't know if you've heard me say that to people before, man, but I think I've said it to like, I don't know if you've been around me, Rama, and I would have arguments, man, bro, and be like, yo, brah, why isn't the cover art not ready yet, man, bro? Like, seems like, but at the end of the day, man, bro.
That's
But
exactly the convo. You can't, that's you internalize.
Yeah.
It's the business, man. That's the
Goes
business.
the business, bro.
We separate
But-
You know, we work together to accomplish.
But you know, and that's why I salute friends like that, like if I show me those that drop you off, like nobody have his own things that he has to do for the day.
yes.
He still drop you off, like that is fucking dope, but don't get a lot of people that's willing to do that. You know what I mean? Wait, man, I have to Uber to the shows. Dit, bro.
Not everyone has a course.
You know what I mean?
Be it what it may be, bro.
Yeah.
Life is not something that you can just. It's not a walk in the park, you know. Out there in the world, it will either be, for example, if you had a choice, if I had a choice to choose between you or myself, I choose myself. Because
it's a capitalist society.
At the end of the day, if you are in that position,
Yeah.
then you're also gonna do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna choose yourself, and who's gonna have your bow?
You know,
Like you will have your bow under, you know, for example.
I agree
as
with you,
vaccine.
bro. I agree with you. But since that there's a blurred line in the industry sense of it for me, because you're right, yes, you as an individual need to eat. You as a person, since as like Ishmael, you need to eat. You know what I mean?
Family.
You have family, but you know what I mean. So me too, man, bro. But there is this whole KWAAI Media thing that I have seen that to kind of facilitate.
Follow KWAAI Media. Everyone, Instagram, follow KWAAI Media.
Appreciate the platform.
Thanks, me.
It's to facilitate like a network. Like for me, if you are artist now and you don't know where you're gonna get another artist to sing on your song, maybe you can go on KWAAI Media, listen to some of the songs that we've put in our playlist, or check out the profile.
Play.
Thanks,
Right.
bro.
Like,
Thanks.
what's this guy's name? Mr. C.
Oh yeah,
Man.
oh yeah.
That is,
That man need over a million views for that piece of
and that's yeah. Some music.
I'm a piano.
If you get that music, if you get that people on your side, you basically have 70% of listeners.
Nah, facts, bro, facts. Like, I agree with you wholeheartedly. That's why they're saying SA hip hop is dead. And that's another conversation.
Yeah.
Because that conversation in itself is like, sheesh, this is why we party, man, bro. This is why we party. Because, like, maybe they look at it now. If say, for example, Klutch decide, he's gonna put out more Amapiano. Because you had Amapiano
I
songs,
know
the quantum physics.
one.
No way. So if you decide now you're gonna do more, no? Like don't get me wrong, I'm currently also cooking up some stuff like that, bro. You know what I mean?
You see, the thing is right now, there's two types of genres that is selling right now in Cape Town, on the soil that we're walking right now, on the smarts now, right? So at this point, the whole aspect of it is basically, okay, touched on one drill song, purely, and that was on that Isiani mixtape, 785.
Okay.
And like the point is basically is that I don't feel that I need to accommodate what is selling right now to make hits in general, to be honest. That's how I personally feel, because my reasoning for the whole music thing in all is I need to get something out of it, because I have something here that I would like to I document my life in my lyrics. Okay. And that's as deep as I can say it, is I document my life in my lyrics. So it's like a timeline for me basically. So this independent mixtape.
What you see with regards to cover art.
Something great maybe happens, youngster sends me a shout out in a fucking big crowd or whatever the case may be. It's a moment of inspiration. It's something that you obviously take in, and you know. So But it's deep, man. It's deep, man.
But the main thing is growth in all of that. Since like besides personal growth, artistry growth. Since like you can hear the growth as an artist.
When it comes to the pen, for me personally, to be honest, because like for 6 months I dropped. How many mixtapes do you drop in 6 months? I can't recall, but like
4 projects, 5 months.
4 projects in 5 months, and at that point it was like it's 15 songs a mixtape, 10 songs a mixtape, and each song is not just to make the numbers there. No, sir, there's hits in there. Every song is something that somebody can listen to no matter what age and be like, wow, you know, and feel this thing. So the thing is shit, I just lost my train of thought, but the point is basically at the end of the day is that's like the journey like of my life that I'm documenting at that time, and that's facts. That's what it is.
So there's a thread that people can take out of that is like each person can, how can I say, like each person can relate to your song, like not each song, but like let me say it like this. You like he's an individual, I'm an individual, so there's a song for each of us.
At least one.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah.
I
so
get that.
so me writing and freestyling 4 mixtapes in 5 months. Back to that point, I just got it back to it. It's like becoming a writer, a songwriter, or you're able to label yourself as a songwriter or just as a rapper. Because I can say I'm a songwriter, an actual songwriter, which is totally different compared to just freestyling or jumping on beats or whatever the case may be. So that's facts.
So when it comes to freestyling, how comfortable are you in that element?
Yo,
Because you basically said you're not comfortable in that element.
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. It's been so much time. Obviously, I need to flex my freestyle muscle again after that time period, because you know it's not like once I'm done with the songs, I work. I'm still I'm like done with the last song on the mixtape. I want another beat immediately. I want to start working on the next thing.
But I'm not the best freestyler, so I think I heard somebody say, if the fate of the world depended on us, then don't get culture freestyle. So I was like, okay.
Alright, think about it.
It's okay. Nah, you know, it's all love, man. But that's my favorite thing.
That's inspiration for me.
I like that, man. I like that. Nah, I like that.
My bro, prove this mensen wrong, seems like.
But look here, you get a lot of that when you're on platforms like you've been on radio, right?
Many times.
No, you please tell us about how those experiences. Yo, hey.
Hi,
Jenna,
guys.
welcome to the podcast.
Hey.
Big boy.
Yeah, man, congratulations. Yeah.
Shot. Thanks a lot.
Sis, are you okay?
Can we see you out, man? You guys can continue.
Culture mustn't freestyle.
That's where we were.
Kind of looking down on you, going at it, you know, because you're trying to remember the verse. See, so you can easily catch them out when they're doing it.
What's this freestyles?
Freestyle and remembering a verse.
Yeah.
You know.
But there's also a big difference with freestyles and off the dome. Also, there's a lot of people must now think
That's
that.
exactly what we're speaking about. Yeah, it's me to come to the freestyle and then they rap in a verse instead of off the top of the dome. Yeah.
That's so 90s.
That's why I like
What's the ideas?
I like people to tell
Which
me,
one?
see,
I say that.
rap about this, rap about that.
That's off the dome.
Yes.
That's off the
see
dome.
that.
That's proper art of freestyle. Don't get me wrong. When I say that's a night, I don't mean don't do that. I mean it like there's nothing wrong with doing a written and calling it a freestyle, because that's a freestyle. If it's over a beat you've never even heard, then what is that? Is it a rap on a beat you've never heard? When you know what I mean? It's like freestyle swimming, man. I don't know if it's the same thing. She's a sort help us out.
Yeah, there was a few shouts here, you know.
Yeah. Don't you think? No.
When you discuss, it's not the same.
It's not the
I'm
same.
sorry guys,
It's not
I'm
the
gonna
same.
go into the cipher with my writtens.
I know you do, that's why I was waiting for you.
I do go into the cipher with my writtens, and
Uh.
that's why they say they won't depend on the wall probably the fight and all them. That's fine. Because my writtens are gonna be like fire, and then you're gonna mang in you off the dome. Not you,
Yeah,
but somebody
Oh,
else in the
wait.
cipher, you know what I mean?
So you don't want a monk.
I don't wanna mang
You
with
need to,
bro.
man.
I will never wanna mang. Bro, nah. The only time
It's an
I
actor,
will
it's like an actor that.
me. That is what rap is, bro. No, bro. Not all
No.
brands of rap. You can disagree, and that's fine. But let me get this off hold. That's like, do you watch the old Dickies TV show?
Hey.
Yeah, you asked every
Hey.
week, you asked some of this. I also, you asked me last week, I
You
said,
need to watch it because that's the greatest aspect
I played it for you.
of the hustle, bro. As a rapper, it's what the fucking hustle
Oh, I
is.
heard about that.
I
Yeah.
played
I
it for
heard
you.
about that. Yeah, I did hear about that.
So you watched
I
how many
watched
seasons?
the first season.
What do you think of
It's dope. It's
But,
dope and
I-
it's like two, for him it's two personas. It's a rap little Dicky. What is on his mind, whatever is on his mind, he's gonna put it on a verse. And his normal life, he's just normal.
so
dude.
is acting there is like a real thing. It's follow him around.
Whatever's on his mind, he's not literally, going to do the stuff, but whatever's on his mind, put it on a verse.
Now can I bring this into the equation? Such and such said such and such about him, Sinja. I won't say who. So homie asked me that's like this, and I tried to advise you, like don't look at it like that, man. Because you can come from like if somebody says something about me, Ismail or me Keanu, like then I'm gonna hit you, but you know what I mean, I'm gonna hurt you. But you get what I'm saying? But when it comes to this music thing, I know what that bro was doing. What that bro was doing was just trying to get more views for himself.
Publicity stunt.
Yeah, get more. And for me, I can say, look, I know what I can call a spade. I'm not gonna fuck with you again. But I'm not gonna get upset with you, man, and going wanna beat you up, man. Because that's not, it doesn't warrant that, man. So when you can separate that understanding, like that's what Dave is able to do. He tells his girlfriend when I rap about you doing stuff to me, that's just my rap persona. Okay, I personally disagree with that because he obviously raps lies in his music.
Fabricates.
Yeah.
It's not lies, it's the people want to hear, and
That's
it's
what
funny,
fabricate
and it's,
is.
it's catchy, it rhymes, and whatever, and I feel like that's rap, man.
You know what? It's not lies,
That's
right? It's not lies because it's his brand and
It's
he's
a
staying true to
fantasy.
his brand. Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
ideas, dreams, whatever you want to call it. If it sounds dope and it makes sense, and I feel like it's a rap, and it's dope.
Nah, I disagree.
But the wee and yee, the mumble rappers in there,
okay.
that is just talking about unnecessary things, stuff they don't need to speak about.
That is entertainment.
That is what the kids want to hear today, to be honest. That's what they want to hear today. And sad,
Him be a young boy.
that type of rap.
That?
That type
It's
of
actually
rap.
good
And
freestyle, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, young boy, makes good
I
music.
think Chopper, the NLE Chopper is a mad rapper.
I can't listen to that.
Really?
I cannot listen to that.
His
Wow.
name, his name is like.
NLE Chopper, what's that song that
You speak to them what they're doing and whatever, they're keeping their, getting their views, getting their money, they're doing their thing. But I personally don't feel like that is a rap music, really, because you're talking about killing people and stuff. And why?
Respect.
Why?
Respect.
Yes, I get that point of aspect. I just spoke about Dave and ideas and coming to life in your music, but that is too negative to stand.
Some people will say what you're saying is contradictory, man. Not me. You yourself are saying.
Yes,
you
I
see,
just said it now,
It's-
And
it's a double-edged sword, bro.
Yeah, bro,
It's a
it's-
double-edged sword.
it's a tough battle to fight, Sinjay.
But look, at the end, the conversation should be what's good for the people consuming it, like content control, right?
Correct.
And there's none of that, because what is produced and pitched to the masses is the message that they want us to consume. And
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So there was like, do you know about in New York the mayor sat down with Fabio Forden. Fabio Forden sat down with the mayor because the mayor was trying to get the whole music cancelled in New
I heard
York.
about that.
Since, and then he was look here, it's not all drill that's bad.
Correct.
Not all of it's about killing. There's positive drill, and this New York City song with Alicia Keys is
Mhm.
an example of that. But it just shows like that there are people trying to make interventions or intervene in this. Even some DJs said that they're not gonna play drill music because of that. Now, I think that that's dope, man. But yeah, I just think that that's an independent struggle. But the labels are still gonna push
They still been
what they
Don't you make your own music? You just
I
write
do,
it.
but I
So
get
you write
the
it
that
in
was
band.
about goodness. No offense to females. I'm just
You
saying.
call them other words in your songs.
I don't. Do I used to be with in my song?
Yeah.
Gina, have I used to be with in my music? If you heard my music,
Alleen de samenwerking.
but the B word, did you hear the B word? No. Okay. Right.
Put it on the spot.
Yeah, she was just like, whoa. Sorry, Gina. Yeah, and the cap is about how Shy Town to UKT and why nobody stole this. Since like nobody stole what we're doing, like the whole music. Yeah, I was trying to say is like something that we are innate. We do it innate. Like Cape Town drill is something that we were born to do. If that makes sense, man. Like we were born to do drill in Cape Town, but we can do it positively, man, and we can do it in that
But then it's not drill.
negative sense.
Then it's not drill. it's
That's the
positive.
thing, because drill is
What's
about
drill?
killing
Drill
people.
usually in a
Drill
rundown
is
show.
shooting you. Yeah.
Drill is like,
Yeah. Drill will shoot the lighty 10 times in the face. 'Cause that's what they do, yeah.
it's nice, man.
Yeah. But that's the
Don't
problem.
listen to drill kids. I'm dropping my 6 mixtape next week. Let's get into that.
Shout out to King Klutch for staying true to himself and for not
Thanks.
falling into any
Fumble.
mold. Yeah. I will also keep it real with you from an artist perspective. Did drill because I saw Danny Lee do that song. That chick you see is my baby, but she had a drill song, man. So I was like, nah, I don't like others people to drill. We can do better. You know what I
Danny
mean?
Lee inspired you to do
She
drill.
actually inspired me, and then the brother got moved by the baby, and he's suing the baby after instigating a fight with the baby at the
Oh, I
at the
like about
bowling
that,
alley.
yeah.
That's a
Movie
nice
and
idea.
shit.
Imagine that,
That's a nice
it's your sister's baby daddy, and you go and you start a fight with a man while he's the whole Klutch Kontrol is lamming, and one bra comes and you want to start a fight the whole time. Nah, bro. And his two bras is just lamming. They're not gonna no, bro. They literally took them man by his braids and screamed them, man.
like drill that man.
Yeah. The baby don't do drill, bro, but he drills people like, yo, he's, yeah, apparently killed people, you know, apparently, yeah, that's what that's
about it.
yeah.
But what's happening in Cape Town right now is that youngsters just dropped the album.
Yeah, but with Bravo.
Bravo.
Another thing we need to talk about is Bravo, not that we pocket watching, but Bravo got an apartment.
Oh yeah, so
And I think that is, that is levels, So shout out to Bravo for that. Oh yeah.
How
getting in a box.
how do you know he has an apartment?
It's now on WhatsApp, so I just man, just.
It's public information. You can't just give out such things.
He was cooking on his Instagram in his
Okay, now
apartment,
that's
bro.
how he's gonna
Come
social
on.
media, so
It's public information. Come on, my guy. So yeah, I don't know if that is public information or not. But anyway,
So,
Can
video
cut that
also,
out.
no?
yeah.
We probably should.
So anyway,
Like video of Bravo.
Well, he made it on his Instagram. You saw it on his Instagram.
Yes. That Amapiano song. Check it out.
I'm gonna check.
Go check it out.
I'm gonna check it out. I didn't see this. I
Check
didn't
it
see
out.
this.
Yeah, it was like it's on YG no Paddles page.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But he's a
see.
YG artist now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he signed to YG.
I'm not sure, but that
But
man
I
have.
think he's
Oh
definitely-
no, YG crew there, bro.
He's
So,
affiliated.
Obviously, he's affiliated. There's a big difference for that.
Yeah, but
That makes such statements.
No, but
Well,
this is all speculation. It's not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
speculation.
Yeah, it's not fact.
No, we're not
But
saying
there's nothing
it's-
wrong with it, even if it's like
It's dope, bro.
yeah, because the thing is, this would be a statement that's controversial. Is that youngster is working with Bravo to obviously better his standing in Ikasi, and I think that that's also something that a lot of people already look at him like, especially from Kasi. Like the rappers and stuff like that, look at him like the rapper in Cape Town, but they don't have a way to relate to him. If that makes sense, because Youngster doesn't do a lot of shows in Ikasi, but now since Bravo, he's been doing shows at Ace. You know what I mean? So, and for me, Ace is where the big ball is going in culture, right? KWAAI Media. So you know what I mean? So with the bottles of Remy Martins and all of that goes. So I think that that's a very smart move also for his
Bro,
brand. Not
touching
that he
all
needs,
aspects, bro. You touch all aspects. You must grab everybody.
you must,
You
bro.
must, bro.
And I think that
At least
If-
try to.
if he does sign Bravo, if he has signed him, it's a win for both brands, bruh. Because Bravo is next to D, he's the biggest KWAAI Media artist. I think. D KWAAI,
Tico.
yeah,
She's quiet.
bro.
She made that song with Blackie, Costa Teach.
Lucky.
Blackie.
Jackie,
Yeah, that is
Spans with
Here we
Tweet.
go, yes.
Who that kid, nah?
Ah, that is. I actually wanted. I actually.
I
think
know
it
that
was
was
something
yeah,
like
I
that.
was, you know, couldn't manage myself, you know. I was at the show last night, man.
There's a vibe that they have, you know, that they're going with in terms of their sound, man. It's a very specific sound. I feel like they are very, you know, Soweto, Durban, those places. They have a specific sound on that side,
Yeah,
and I feel like she's here, but she's doing that thing.
I agree with you. I agree. Like with Kid now or with
Where is she from?
Kijk hier. It's from Cape Town.
I don't know where it came down. I know she's Xhosa, but I don't know where.
But you got Klutch here. You can
Yeah.
set this like a beat or
Ja, je
Wow,
was
we
saying
do
you are
freestyle.
the beat on.
Are you, wait, do we do that?
Hmm?
That would be a first for the Dangerzone. That would be a first. I would be on it.
Are you gonna freestyle with?
Copyright free
I
beat.
can't freestyle. Don't. Is the fight to the wall depending on it?
Nah, nah,
Okay.
so we can go
Yeah,
for
then
it.
maybe.
Nah, top, top.
Nah, bro, I've learned to take everything with a pinch of
That's
salt.
true.
Man. Rick Lowe's, I didn't watch his review. I saw what you posted of his review of your
What was
music. Rick Lowe's What Not Goed, man. That
Oh yeah,
puts
that
him
man.
out.
Put die singer in his nose. On TikTok, I mean.
Okay,
Nice, man.
sorry.
It's crazy.
No, but
But I grand reaction videos, man. All of it, like,
Yeah.
from every aspect in the I just grand people
But
reacting to it.
I like how he took the what Rick Lowe said, because he was you this man he's gonna be famous. He also has permanent toothache. Cause you don't have nothing
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Like listen, you posted that you're like yo go check this out, and I'm like was that energy? He's proper man, because he's at the same time big upping you, but he's also like you know
He's making fun of me.
he's taunting, nah he's
taunting.
taunting.
Yeah,
Which
no,
is
puppy Tsulo
that's-
from
yeah.
House of Labels.
that shit is funny.
Something like that he said.
Yeah, but
So-
it was funny and it
Uh,
was, you know, just a reaction. It was a true and hard reaction. And
So that is the
Point
type
was
of
getting
stuff you must,
tripping over
you must
those
take
type
with
of
a
things, you know.
pinch of salt, man.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Nah, yeah, deep. I was like, what who's this man?
Oh,
Coming
yeah.
out of nowhere, yeah.
But he's must dropped a lot of music back in the day, so he's a
Yeah.
rapper. Yeah.
Oh, I
He's a
saw
youngster
him by
rapper.
some battle rap.
He's a youngster rapper, that's why he's so
What's that?
anti-
What's a youngster?
What does that mean?
From that era.
What is a like youngsters era?
Yes.
He's before youngster, bro.
like long before that,
Youngster
man.
is like 2010.
And the youngster was rapping like Afrikaans.
Youngster was like
Gangster was rapping
It was
with the
really
American
cool.
accent.
Oh,
Yeah.
she deleted that music, that's it.
You know, like I don't want to sound like a fanboy, bro, but I was following youngster since the beginning, bro. Like I was lucky enough, man, because he started and we love, like, I love him, and so he started in the garage where my family recorded him with the girl that I knew, and that's how I can meet this man when he did Can I Touch It, Can I Touch It? Ooh. Yeah, I don't even heard that song.
It's old school, but my bra played me that song.
That
I was
song.
like, what is this? Shinje. And that's how it is now.
Yeah.
That's how it is now. My bra play a number and it's like, who's that? My bro, it's not Klutch. You know?
Like back in the day.
You know what I mean? That's the vibe now.
So
That's
I'm-
the vibe now.
Sorry, but I need to know then, how long you rapping? Because you've dropped, I've caught onto the Klutch brand about 2 years ago. I think. That's when I first heard about Klutch. And then I tried to go into finding out about Klutch before, and then I saw your page started posting Klutch just before he started dropping. So there was negotiations being had. Bro, I'm not off Cape Town, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
when was that? That was 2019.
But I've been making music for, I've been writing like for as long as I can remember, like before grade 3.
sheesh.
I was writing shit.
You see, that's the energy you have, and like you project this energy of somebody who's been doing this for a long time. You know?
Like the grade 3 teacher, like Miss Osborne, she said we must write a poem, and I wrote a rap. She told me you must go back home and write something else. Because there's nothing but a rhythm to this poetry. Rap is rhythm and poetry. So I'm out here delivered, vivid, jealous, Holy Spirit, backstroking in my holy syrup, casting spells on a wizard. My 47,000 hours of training have already been delivered. Thought I lost it till they see me with it. I'm unforgiven. And she's like, no.
Was that grade 3? Was that grade 3?
For example.
Oh, because if that was grade 3, you would have been like,
Bro,
why didn't they sign you in grade 4 or something? Bro, like, damn, get this nigga out of here. Sheesh, but that song.
At syllables, I probably went over your head there, but it was delivered, vivid, jealous, Holy Spirit, backstroking in my holy syrup, casting spells on a wizard. My 47,000 hours of training have already been delivered. Thought I lost it till they see me with it. I'm unforgiven. Like the words that I'm rhyming with.
Wordplay, yeah.
It's not your
like one of the
ABC,
first I heard from you.
Your cat, your hat, your mat, your set, your shit. So, like my rhyme schemes, like when I'm writing and stuff, it's, I'm not patting myself on the back. I speak facts, you know. Is what it is. So,
Respect.
for me, I don't like to rhyme. Like people must be like, oh, this man rhyme with that. You mustn't even know. It's
Yes,
like
yeah.
it's like cream coming to you, like oh tight. What you say in that one line? Say with the crash so she pull any drugs boy. What is it?
That's a boy, yeah.
Mine
Yes,
is
yeah,
that,
bro.
it suits mine switches up boy. What is it?
That's
what it is.
It's a krachtboek, so something
Yo.
like it, no?
Did you see his cowboys?
Freestyle.
Yo,
Erenstag.
Bra,
Did you
boys.
hear that? That means to get out of the car. It's too hot.
It's hot.
Oh, but Cream is a legend, bro.
Yes, yeah.
That's what it was.
practice, bro. That's practice
Yeah,
met
yeah.
first
Yeah, but
years of
that man's
writing.
been,
It's
like,
been
how many years in the game?
his life in the game, bro.
But that's what I was talking about. Their generation, like Rick Lowe is from his generation.
What?
See, him and the Isaac Newton, Gordon Brown. But even Rick Lowe is somewhere in between them and Youngster, because he came just after them. Then he started beefing. From what I picked up with Isaac, and Isaac is my OG since Isaac Newton. Now that man, they had some disputes at that. In about 2015. That's when I saw now Rick Lowe, but I started retiring. now he's back with that
Reaction.
reaction videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you on DZD-TV podcast?
Yes, shout out Dean Sesh.
Shout out to Dean Sesh. I got him in Swank as well.
Oh, yeah.
In Swank. Nah, KWAAI. Dean and I were actually supposed to initially start doing this part together. He asked me to get to a podcast. Now I think that we really gonna do it. Come join us. And then he did DZD-TV. And I know he's got a mad flipping vision, but I did your video.
Yeah,
for-
he did.
Was it
Lemon pepper? Yes.
Okay.
And like we just planned to shoot that at McDonald's.
How did he
And then
do
it
the spinning
ended up-
camera thing? Was that?
I have no idea. There was another one that was with him. He knew also that was nice.
It was. Oh yeah. Nah, we definitely need to talk with him because that man is good with his
Oh, yeah.
editing.
No way.
So what was that? What were the topics in that you covered there
In Lemon pepper.
in the podcast with him?
Oh, yo, that
Because I
was
never
like,
had the opportunity to watch it.
it was like a while, a solid year ago at least.
Oh, so that was a different vibe for you.
Yeah, like my mind was not here. This is like a whole catch up to all of that stuff. Because from that time up until now, there's been a lot of things happening with Klutch is concerned, you know, with Klutch Kontrol is concerned. There's a lot of things and events that's been transpiring. But in that podcast, it was like more of where I would see myself in the next year, which is where I am right now. You know. And we were touching more on my personal life and like my personal like, you know, like the growth of where I come from before the music, outside of the music, who King Klutch is and that. So he was touching on he was pushing the right buttons in that one. You know, for me, I think, you know, he was definitely doing it.
So who are you outside of the music maker?
That's
Because
a very
so
good
far
question.
we know that you.
I have one
know-
question.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Okay.
In the BBW music video, where did you find so many BBWs? We had a whole beach full.
That's a very good
Oh,
question.
yeah.
Actually. I like that question.
The whole beach and different locations BBWs.
Yeah.
And then
It's
who-
not the
like
same
models,
BBWs.
the models, yeah.
Gang load, bro.
But we were still, I think we used to walk past me and Mickey Mac.
Yes.
Yes, you walk
I
away
was
with
telling
that.
him about that
Go
before.
ahead.
But yeah, I just have a lot of support behind me. To be honest, I don't have any other answer to that. There's a lot of people that is true and genuine behind me, whether it's BBWs or old people or young kids that's running to me in the street saying, "You're my hero," whatever the case may be. Those small little bit, like if somebody like comments like on a photo of mine or whatever, I make sure that I make it known to them that I appreciate it, even though that's like something like very small, but they will remember that forever. You know, it's almost like helping a drug addict out. You know, if you give him a $2 once, you always remember that. Always, I don't know.
That's
Good
what this
analogy. That's a bad analogy.
So, who I basically am outside of the music industry, can I answer that?
I'm a student to drug addicts.
To be real, I have a job now. You know,
Nah, that's fine. Same here, bro.
and I need to be real with you. See, like, I'm gradually building myself up. You know, me and the team is obviously building ourselves up and whatever the case may be. But the focus is right now is what we need to do. Where's that money coming from? See, and we're not sponsored by mom and dad or whatever the case may be. Simple. So everything that we want, everything that we need, if we need to get it done. BBW music video costs 15K. For example, name me a local artist that's doing it. So the amount of money we're investing in whatever, it's real. It's real, and we're not dependent on anybody. So why not? That's just my take on it. You know? So I'm making my own money. So no one can tell me at the end of the day, this, that, and the other. You know, as well as for my team, no one can tell them as well because this is mine. just as much as it is theirs, you know, because we all collectively contribute to the final outcome that gives us the result that we basically want. So, who I am outside, you know, it's facts like
That was no average Joe answer. That was like an average Joe mixed with like a determination type of, yeah, that was sick.
I basically, like, if people like actually knew like really wanted like a timeline like of my life, like I would basically say that I went to school thinking just playing. My entire 12 years of my life I've been going to school and just playing. Done with school, I got myself a job. I wasn't like as like pushing as hard as I am right now.
Play.
You know, I used to play soccer. So yeah.
What position?
Left wing.
Yes, as you fast. Right?
Keanu thinks he's the best. He thinks he's the best.
We can play. We can organize a five indoor game.
Actually, I want to organize one with all the rappers we're doing. So,
That's a bit dope.
Yeah,
That's a bit dope.
Absence is down. He's actually keen. I actually hit up a few other rappers. So.
Okay.
I'm
Can promote the game. Can promote that game, bro.
All artists, but if we actually want to get photographers,
You know, management also involved.
It's all.
Two
Oh,
girls.
we get the management
Management
involved as well.
must be involved, bro. Baby. Don't miss out on that game.
Because guys, this is my thing. I want us to be like you know how in America you see those families, then they have their Sunday branches, and you know like Roscoe Jenkins, that movie Welcome Home with Roscoe Jenkins, then they
Hey,
have,
bro, it's just a
you know,
vibe.
you know, I want hip hop to be a family. That's why I think it's dope that I want to pull up to her birthday because you performing there.
Jenna,
But I want
yeah.
more artists to be there. You know, shout out to Jenna. You know, she's turning 21 this week. You know. I'm not gonna give her
Exposure.
It's a 21.
He's the whole time switching on people, man.
Exposure, like his age, man.
Okay, my bro. I didn't dye my hair yet, but I am Takashi. You know. Point I was making was I want us to be like a family, man. Like I don't want to sound corny when I say that, but I want everyone to be able to.
Yeah,
bro.
I think different camps, you know, certain people move with certain people.
And that's part of why I do this podcast, because like look at like the interactions, and I can say that like with Culture Gang, with Naz, Naz and I are friends for a while before that, but Synapses I didn't know much longer than what before long
First podcast.
Synapses.
Synapses.
Oh, you know Synapses?
Yeah,
you know about Synapses.
I think he was on the lineup with
The-
me at Bronx.
Not Bronx, man. It was
Bronx nightclub.
not Bronx. What's it? In Ottery. Where Pizza Shack used to be. I remember we were there, bro.
We had so much performance
We were there, yeah. It was that
with
event.
abstract.
Away.
Abstract.
With
Oh, was one of
Abstract,
these
yeah.
events.
Back to the
yeah.
south.
Back to the south
Back
on
to
a
the
Wednesday.
south, yeah.
Away on a
Well,
Wednesday
thank you,
night.
Gina.
Thank you, Jenna. Beautiful memory there. Yeah, and Synapses was on that lineup. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and that's how we network, my bro. That's how we network, and like you say, it should be that culture of togetherness, family, making it together. Because if you look back then, the artists that are big now, they did not do it on their own. Honestly speaking, they put the work in, yes, but they needed help from other people to get where they are today. And if you're going to have an attitude of, no, I just do my own thing, or this crew just do their own thing, I feel like it's going to be harder to get where you want to be, you know? It's going to be harder, my bro. It's important, bro. It's very important.
So I just had to start another. I always do that during the podcast, man. Start a new clip, man, just to make sure that we have clips, because we fucked it up. We fucked it up before, but some of the podcasts are video, audio, maybe.
I say we.
I fucked it up. I will take the responsibility. But yeah.
Yeah, are we excited for the new mixtape? I am honestly excited.
What is it called?
It's called Independent.
Independent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did mention that.
Called
So
Independent.
that's the theme of what you're going to be talking about. Basically, with a little BBW involved.
There's many topics that
It's
we've
like
been
he said,
touching.
like he documents certain stuff, you know, in his music, like
Oh, yeah.
based on
Like
what
all
he's
the
going
songs.
through at the point in time. Look, you can, for example, you can send him a love beat, and you can send him something that is rude, you know, and then at
Tell
that
me
point
you
in
used
time, he maybe doesn't want to listen that. You see, he doesn't want to listen to certain thing now.
And that's
You
currently,
see.
it's like, yo, I see this man, like,
Yeah.
full beats, man, the one that rap on the beats. Go to Lily, talk to that
When
man.
he listens it to on another
It's
day,
like that,
then
man,
it sounds
it's honestly
different
like that,
already.
because we all work
You
together
see,
and shit.
so whatever is in your head at that point in time, or whatever you are going through at that point, like he says, he documents his life
Oh yeah.
in his
Oh.
lyrics. You know?
No respect. So you would know that because you must the man who's doing
Yes,
the mixing.
he's
I know
there.
each word.
Every word that comes out of my mouth, I'm
So-
standing here's the mic and he's sitting there next to me.
Do you guys ever
Every
talk
song.
about that? Like, you have conversations about what he says, you disagree with what he says at any time?
That's deep.
Mm.
No.
I don't know.
I always do.
You do?
I always
He
do.
always has-
I always do, and
And
I
then
get my
what?
point across. I get
And,
my point
and then what
across, and
happens?
then the song's done. The song's done. People understand you, things I get what you're saying, but I'm not changing that.
Oh yeah.
That's the real nigga right there.
I'm
You
not
say-
changing that.
You're saying it like
and,
it
and
is.
then the song's done, I listen to it and I'm like, nah, this is dope, bro.
Yes,
This is
I.
dope,
was-
this is dope.
There
This
was
sounds
one
dope.
song, what's that song's name? Yo, there's one song
On what mixtape?
on Cape Colored.
Cape Colored.
There was one song I know that.
No deal.
Nah, there was a song that he wrote. No, I didn't agree with that song until today.
Okay, which one?
I can't get
Oh,
to the song, but there is a song that I based him. Nah,
Yo, which do you remember which mixtape?
Cape Colored, yeah.
Cape Colored, okay.
But there's
I don't know what song. I'm trying to think now.
I told him like there's a paar songs where I actually want to scratch. You know, like I don't like the song. Maybe I had a different idea in my head when I made the song. I'm just a rap music.
Oh, okay.
Don't lie.
Don't lie, listen.
I can tell you, I rapped on all the beats already.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only feature I ever
When
get.
when you make the beat, now, then you rap. I know his flow and I know like the way he raps now. So I will actually rap when I make the song. I will actually rap the song before I send it to him. Like I would have a whole
So
thing
make
in
sure
my
the beat is on
but
point.
suits him. Then I'll rap the whole song. I rap in my head. Well, I rap loud
Oh, yeah.
sometimes.
Not quite.
I haven't recorded myself yet.
Do you have lyrics there? That...
Now I'm looking for the song.
Okay. Sick, bro. So, we've got Independence dropping within the next week. So, by the time this podcast drops, that would probably be out for about, I'd say, 2-3 weeks.
Can you see?
So, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll...
Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I plan this shit.
So,
Say now?
I plan this.
yeah, because the podcast probably, we have the one more podcast in between this one to drop. So, that, and we just dropped one today. So, time-wise, we don't like to saturate. So probably
That's
drop
good,
that
yeah.
next one 2 weeks or a week and a half, and then drop this one. So that will be 2-3 weeks from now. Oh yeah. Not too. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's
That-
your thing's name? KWAAI Media.
KWAAI
That
Media.
white and black logo.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, I saw
Oh yeah.
this.
Keep winning
I'm
and always inspire
subscribed,
you.
yeah.
Oh
I am
yeah.
subscribed.
Shocking.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah. So that's what we want to do. Like I say, keep winning and always inspire. You know, that's the goal, and that's also inspired by. Shit, I actually forgot the brand that inspired the name. Oh, it's Kanye. It's good music. Getting out our dreams. Getting out our dreams. Because Kanye is my favorite artist.
You watch it,
Documentary. Oh yeah.
Which one?
The Kanye docu.
Deep, bro.
Oh yeah. He knew he's gonna be famous. Doesn't this man remind you of that in a way? Like how he is, how he talks. No? It's like, oh yeah, that's just how I'm gonna do it. I'm planning it for then.
Like your
Yeah. Nah, you like that in a way, man, bro.
Heavy
That's why.
heavy to
Speak it.
I am
yeah,
going
just-
to do this.
Yeah, bro.
It's not an option.
Yeah, bro.
It's a must.
And for me, like, I believe I just need to play my part as best as I can, because Young always says too many of us want to be bosses, not enough of us want to be the sweeper and all that.
Yeah, they go.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of us
And
also got them up too.
yeah, some of us have got
Everyone
them
can't
up
be
too.
the boss, bro.
Yeah, there's
That's
that
in
bro.
street ties, I think.
Three was.
I don't even know. I just know the message.
Oh, you wrote the message.
I know the message.
I called you since.
CJ, and I was with another rapper homie of mine. CJ, I made fun. I was like, my brother is Oos. Hij praat van Oos. But I was like, look here, man. As a rapper, you know he's talking to whoever, you know. But
If the
it's
shoe
the
fits,
truth, man, bro. Nah, but it's the truth because
Water.
I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying that your brand or my brand, whoever's brand, shouldn't keep pushing what we're pushing, but it shouldn't be like it's just about me. If that makes sense. Like it should be get your paper, get your money, get whatever you need to sustain yourself and your people. But that's exactly what I'm talking about in terms of building a family with Cape Town hip hop, man. You know, because that's what Osa Rap has, but like today, there's an event which is called Osa Rap to the World. I'm gonna show you now the lineup.
They're going at it, bro. They're going at it like a family together.
Yeah, bruh. So last night was Simulation Raps' EP launch at Saggy Stone, Sinjay. Bruh, it was. Let me show you how it was, bruh. Let me just show you.
Were you there?
Yeah, this is how it was. This means that I mosh put here, bruh. So that's K-Kid performing there, bruh. But the point is, so K-Kid, D. KWAAI, Simulation Raps, like all of them at the same venue, and then the previous night was same thing in Langa, and then tonight is basically another thing, but it's for this producer Lele. Don't know if you know Lele. No. Don't know if you know him. Nah. But he makes beats, and it's called Awesome Music to the World, and basically it's about how it's an EP with different artists on, different Osa artists, but it's about this culture or this wave that's taking over Cape Town rap, man. And while this is also why I grand owns like you, Young OG, Culture Gang, and whoever is pushing, and Cream, whoever is pushing our side, like our stories, at the scale that we're doing it and trying to do it at. But I just think that we need to like Klanganese, but keep it together, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, Bravo is performing there tonight. Orish, Kai Onke, Lura, Look at Apps. If you don't know any of these guys, then I'm sorry. Like if you might not have, fuck you, Andy. You look here, man. You might not have any interest in personally featuring them, but I just think that the reason why these guys are getting bookings all the time is how close they networking and working with each other, man. And it's not just about the features, and I shouldn't say like it's not just about the features, and you shouldn't just try and network for possibly getting bookings. But at the end of the day, we have to eat, most right? And that's the best way to go about it for me personally. It's just going to shows, networking with artists. I don't know how you guys feel on that.
That's true. Can't deny that. It's facts. Like I said, you must work together to make it in the rap industry. It's not easy, man.
Yeah.
Get on top, and your numbers is playing every day on Kudo or on every radio station. You know, like every day.
Not
They
just on
must
the
play
EDT
a
show.
song,
Not just on
not
EDT
just on
show.
the EDT show. On
Shout out to
every
EDT.
DJ want to hear you. You know what I mean? And that's not easy, man.
Yeah.
That is not easy to stand there on the nomination for an award. It's not easy. You got to put the work in, bro. And you have to network and help other people so that you can also get help, you know? You have to put energy so that you can get good energy. And that's the only way we're gonna do things, man, bro.
Nah, that's man is safe with you, man. Nah, you safe with you with that, that
we have
mentality.
good crew, we have good crew, we have good hearts and mentality to make it. And I feel like we're all on that. We're all on that. We got this in the bag, man. We got this in the bag, and we just need to network.
To say like that's also what works for you guys is the mixed bag of personalities, because you could not like fuck with one thing, but if somebody in your team had to explain how it benefits you or maybe how it wouldn't benefit you if you were gonna fuck with it, you know what I mean, and vice versa. Like somebody could be like, hey, yeah, I want us to do this, but you're like, nah, think about it like this is my brand, like I've been, you know, this is our brand that we've been, you know what I mean.
Nah, I mean absolutely no disrespect.
Nah.
It's not even about that thing.
Even what I'm saying
It's
now
just-
is a general thing.
yeah.
It's a general, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because being mine, bro, like, I've been my own brand for the longest time, bro. Like, I've got homies like Dalilly that I'm lucky to have. And like I mentioned, the homie that did the cover artwork. Like, I was chilling with Rama last night to come, bro. Oh, yeah, so it's just quiet to be able to have those individuals to be able to rely on. But I also know how it goes, man. You know? From a not having anyone to talk to perspective, that you need to take all this information and I don't know, just figure out what's the best way to answer. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like Rick Lowe, for example. He posted about he posted about me, guys. Something about, because I was like the means I can't take criticism from anyone who allowed the N-word to steal our culture, man. Now that's a deep topic in itself, but I do believe that the generation before us, when I say they failed us, they failed to stop the N-word from stealing our culture and mass producing to the whole world what colored rap is, what colored slang
And
is.
they white, no?
They white, bro. That's the thing. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, yes, there's people that can vouch for Yolandi that she grew up tough and hard. Don't get me wrong. These people of all colors who suffer away. But now, what message they, like the song with Slaghuister, for example, that message that is being portrayed now is buiten jou sopela, man. Like my bro, what is like that's why I'm saying to you earlier, narrator CPT for me in terms of his purity of his message is what we need, man. Like he is the type of artist that in terms of our message, aside from your brand and my brand, right? If you look at like portraying a colored message, man, he does it so well from an innocent perspective, which is what I think works for him, and that's what we need, man. So we
need guys like narrator,
you know, and guys like you even, bruh, like not for real, because you have a steadfast opinion on your brand, how you want your brand to be seen.
Yes.
And where you want to be.
Very important.
You know what I mean?
Very important.
And that's why I was saying like it's comparable to Kanye. Like it's a big comparison. Some people will be like, what? But yeah,
for me, it's like
combination and hard work is one thing, bro. It's one thing.
But with the branding come in, it's not only what you see on social media. It's how you move in the dark as well.
Yeah, bro.
If people are aware, if you are moving in the dark, because people might not know what you are doing in the dark, but they might know that you're doing some things, you know? And that is what will make them think all the time. That's why I didn't come on a podcast and say I actually have a job. No one would have known that. 99.9% of people out here is like treating me differently. Oh, this guy made it already. I didn't make it through. I'm trying to make it just like everyone else out here, just like you that's watching this. You know, we all want to make it, and that's what I'm doing. But in the sense of having a job and whatever the case may be, that's what I'm speaking about. That's in the talk.
Off the ball.
Yes, because I'm not on a stage every day, getting paid 1K for 10 minutes on stage every day. I'm not doing that. I'm not in the studio every day, so to say, you know, every second day maybe, but whatever the case may be, you know, what is this guy doing? Take Young for example. What is that man doing every time?
what are you doing in the background? Because whatever you are doing in the background should be in the sense of always contributing to an income. Because you're not on stage, you're not, maybe just because your stuff getting played, you're having money coming in, paid. Spotify, merch, wides in apparel.
There was also something I was going to ask you about your merch, bro.
Exactly.
Like, you have your merch that you've been selling also, right?
This logo is inspired by YG.
Okay.
It's the first time I've ever said this on live TV.
Shout out to YG. Shout out to YG.
My first experience was actually on this job. I think I said this on a podcast with TZD as well. Is like I work in Salt River, right? So I take a taxi from Salt River to Wynberg taxi rank, and from Wynberg taxi rank home. And when I came in Wynberg, I must have just playing taxi to go home.
Oh shit.
And I was standing there like stranded, and I saw this bra here by this food place. And for some reason, I just approached this man and I asked him, bro, do you know who's YG Apparel? At this point in my life, I never met youngster. I still had that mentality that 90% of the colored people have, which is basically, of colored artists, I should say, is like, they think like, oh, youngster, you think you are old, you think you're this, you sound a bit arrogant in your music. But if you meet that man, and you lam with that man, he's a man that will literally lam just here with us and have this type of conversation. He's like, that man is actually very humble, if you actually know who this person is in the dark. So it's deep, man. But anyway, from there I went to YG Apparel. This brat just gave me a lift. That brat actually gave me a lift to YG Apparel. Kak man, Destiny.
Is that his name? Oh, no, that was Destiny. I thought the man's name was. Yo, it's Wynberg. It's Wynberg. You get a lot of these foreign guys.
Nah, from there, then I came there to YG Apparel, and then I was lucky enough to bump into the man.
Youngster himself.
Yes, but what I saw is that doesn't mean this man is not on the stage now, whatever the case may be. This man's not working on his hustling, bro. Opening up white gentlemen barbershops, mad stuff.
Yeah. He still told you he's building that.
That day I just met him, and it's a very detailed story, man. To be honest, it's a very long story. I'm trying to summarize it.
What song?
There's a song on my second mixtape called Destiny's Child. It's called Young Told Me Things Take Time. Then
I think I heard it.
I explain that whole story in that song. Go check it out, Sinja, for part 2 of that explanation right there.
Check it out.
So I love that beat. I actually love it.
Yeah, bro.
Because you made that beat. But out of all the beats you made, you like that beat the most.
The melody I love.
Nah, there's too much to love the most, man. It's like way too much. But yeah, the merch is there, man, bro. We have been doing tracksuits, caps, beanies, masks, hoodies, crew necks. We got like 5 or 6 different versions of Klutch t-shirts, different colors and whatever the case may be. So that day when I walked into that shop and I first saw like this YG apparel hanging on the shit, or like on racks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is an independent artist, you must understand. This man got the same color as me. This man has his own shop and is selling his own clothes from music. And that's how far music can take you, since you're selling clothes because you're making music. That's deep, man. And I'm happy to say that with the support, obviously of my friends and people I don't know that are just basically fans, are buying his t-shirts and selling, and that's good, man. That's good, man. So at the end of the day, they stay obviously in a different area, then they wearing that t-shirt in that area, and people will recognize, okay, I've seen this on our social media, on YouTube, whatever. Now I see somebody walking with a Klutch sweater outside, then they will come tell me, oh, I saw this brother here at the bus stop. Is it man wearing a Klutch t-shirt?
Is somebody wearing your shirt in the Mr. C video? In that Mr. C. Yeah, that's
Isn't it
Michaela, yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. That's cool, bruh. That's branding. There was also another video that I saw a Klutch Kontrol shirt in. I was like, yeah, go ahead.
Which
Go
one?
ahead.
I think it was that early
What
B.
are you doing that video?
Don't know.
Early B. Yeah. That was Early B. That was the remix of that song. Vocal, yeah. That was the remix
Not
of it.
sure. Well, maybe that's a different one. 'Cause I don't think I've listened to a lot of early B songs, admittedly.
Yeah.
Since I haven't heard
Nah,
them.
but he's just fire.
He's quite. It's
He's
just,
fine.
I'm not into the, like, then, you know, there's the,
Afrikaans rap.
nah, bro, you can't say that to me, bro. Like, I'm a better rapper, my bro. You know,
I see
Yeah.
man is doing battle rap.
I'm born in Afrikaans scene also, bro. Like, I rap in Afrikaans also, man. But his type of sound is just not for me, man. Like, I like hard, like Cream, I like Nicotine Long, I like Imi's music. Yeah, it just depends, man. Like, not all Imi's music also.
Accent. I don't like accent.
Early
But
B.
Eastern Cape colored, no?
Early B.
It's not colored.
Early B.
Nah,
That
you
is
can't
super
say
funny.
that, bruh. That's just not
That
real.
is
You
not
can't say that. You can't. That's like saying somebody from from Joburg isn't colored.
Kijk, did you see that at Saksara since
Saksara.
yes, that of Jack Sparrow featuring Early B. Then you have that Quantum that look like a Paki in that music video. Then Ima Adams is there. Then Ima Adams is like asking him
Like his
questions.
video qualities, everything is dope, man. Super dope. But obviously, he has his own vibe too.
But Early B's been around since I was fucking.
Brand-
I was a lighty, bro.
On my E250, I was
Yeah.
All in Ajami. All in Ajami.
killing it, bro.
Tax script was
It
that.
was a while back.
They were hopping on a lot of, American beats. Like a lollipop vibe or something.
Yeah.
And it was fire, bro.
Because that's what we was out, like we into that, like
Yes.
but you know, there was a time where I would say, if you look at what's hot in the colored circle, no, and you do that, you will blow up. Like, you know, what I mean? There was a time where it was like that, but now, because of the internet, it's too diverse, man, to really, because my bro, one nighty in the ghetto is listening to trance, the next one is listening to hip hop hard.
Yeah.
This one is
Mates
listening
is
to
still listening
Young
to
Thug.
Psy and
The other
stuff.
bro is listening to K-pop.
Bro, it's heavy diverse. It's heavy diverse. So
Bro.
it's very hard to make it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's very hard to make it. And
Yeah.
that's why you must stand together, bro, because there's too much diversity. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
say there's too much diversity because there's not a lot of people.
There's more competition than unity, Shinja.
No?
That is how I see it, because right now, for example, in Mitchell's Plain, there's a lot of people that wants to be the best coming from there. Shinja. It's a title that not anybody can carry also at the end of the day. Always, and if you are staying, for example, in Weinberg, then who's gonna carry the title there? And it's becoming a thing now, Shinja.
Weinberg.
Who's carrying the title in Parkwood?
Okay.
Crow. Was, for example, Shinja. And in Mitchell's Plain, there's so much.
Who's getting the title in Afro? Spider.
Oh, yeah, I heard of that man. He was also there at Swank, Shinja.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I thought it was near me.
Huh?
Thought it was near me, but okay.
Nah.
I'm a very honest person, my bro. But I think Spider is the right answer. Nah, yes and no. Is it? Sorry, man. Yo, this one is hot. But we can also wrap up here. I'm just gonna leave it there so long now. Yeah, I think that Spider is the right answer because his latest video, that one in how to rap classroom. That's for
I
ammo.
saw that.
That was trash, yeah, for
I
his
saw
own
that.
ammo.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's dope. So I see what you're saying, but I like in different areas. But undisputedly, I think the guy holding us down would be Youngster. Yeah,
Facts.
yeah, undisputedly. But besides him, bro, like with your brand, like I say, where you going, I see you have a vision for yourself. So, I don't want to ask it like it's being what controversial, but do you want to be the best? Like, is that what you want for your brand as a rapper?
Yes, most
No?
definitely. Most definitely.
I think it's the best.
I like
It's
that.
literally gangster. Like you can hear that.
Look here, do we keep that in the podcast?
You can hear it. I would like you to hear that.
I love it. I love it. You
I
didn't say it. They said it. You know. So you cool.
I
with
didn't
it.
have to.
Yeah.
He's in his
Respect.
30s,
Yeah.
he's in his 20s.
Oh yeah.
Who sound like right now in the upcoming industries, in the upcoming circle? Who do you think sounds the closest to him?
In all honesty,
It's not about.
Young OG.
It's not also who sounds like him,
Oh.
but who can be
That level of
his
Oh, is that what you're talking about? Because
Like-
what you're asking me is a trick question.
like who can be his there's a word for it, man. It's like
He's equal.
no man. Yeah.
Oh, successor.
Like
Oh,
so
yeah.
like so bad.
Someone managed to find the word for
And
you.
I was thinking about, I don't know if it's the right word, but that sounds correct, Sinjay. So, for me, I think my style of rap is like something that I don't think anybody can mirror, to be honest, Sinjay. Like, it's almost like a heavy G, Sinjay, is doing Kapatina rap, Sinjay. And that, not anybody can do that. Sinjay. You cannot sound like Blueface just because you feel like sounding. Not that I'm saying he's sounding like Blueface, but like Blueface also has that thing about him that is, yeah, that
Does
you know.
he rap offbeat?
Oh, heavy G. Nah, I don't know. I don't know about. I'm not talking about whether it's offbeat or upbeat. I'm talking about his style. Since it's Kapatina rap, since Blueface has a different style, Tupac has a different style. I have my own style. So the next person will have their own style. For example, I'm not speaking necessarily anything in direction to him, but
Nah, I get you.
that uniqueness is what my point is. And to possess that uniqueness about you that separates you from the other crowd, and people will just say you are something else. That factor is because when Bryson, for example, Bryson Tiller made that song that made him blow up and whatever the case may be, right? Then there was so much Bryson Tillers after that. Then Pop Smoke makes drill and talks about Dio and whatever. Everybody's wearing Dio, but everybody's making drill beats also. And not only making drill beats, but rapping on drill beats. So the influence, Sinjay, of that uniqueness is, as long as you know that you started that, Sinjay, is just my trip, is authenticity, Sinjay. And that I feel I'm in possession of, Sinjay, because you can't, yo, it's so, like, ek laat die ding ruk, Sakai Roll, BBW's, Kaapstad, these types of things, Alex Ferguson, you can't, that is like topics like that has a storyline to that word, like that I'm sticking to the topic on that shit, like right there, you know. So, and for people to approach a beat, to have the intention of having that outcome on that song, according to involving a storyline or whatever the case may be, that is, for me, that's unique. Since not anyone can just make us. I think I'm the only person in Cape Town that ever made a song about BBWs in South Africa.
No, you don't. But you're the only person that I've seen do it from your level or last level. No, I agree with you.
Listen,
to an extent.
You understand, but you understand what I'm
Yes,
saying,
yes.
Sinjay, and you see how intense it's like. Oh, it's
Topic wise, no, but the extent, bruh, 15K, the
Sure.
amount of people, the locations,
Sure.
the marketing that you put in.
Yes,
the
shout out
planning.
to Golden Dish and shout out to
Yes.
Omega Real Estate. Designated as the homie. Shababuddin Parker, shout out to that man. Go, stick to Golden Dish. What's the address there by Golden Dish? Go buy Gatsby
People just
Support
put in
him.
Golden Dish.
Support him.
You can't get.
Nah, I must promote
Nah,
yo.
respect Golden Dish, yeah.
You know what happened there? Para, we pulled up there, you know, like that was like we started shooting like what time? Like past 1. We were like 6 p.m. in front of Golden Dish. The owner of Golden Dish closes down the road so we can shoot comfortably because it was like the cars was going so.
It's a Saturday.
And yes, Saturday,
Not recording.
Saturday
Wait, sorry.
evening.
Let me just. Can you get do you have a USB cable?
Yeah, I can get to the phone. Oh, yeah.
No, it's all good. Sorry, man. Yeah, you can continue talking now. I'll just put something over this, but
But yeah, bro.
So the guy.
It's levels. It's levels. The homie just like literally
Close the road.
closed the whole road for us. I was like, wow, you know. On top of doing so much other things for us, you know. It was really crazy, my bro. But yeah, big shout out to Golden Dish. Best Gatsby's in Cape Town.
Was
Go
it your
check it
first
out.
time having Golden Dish Gatsby? I saw you post the.
Nah, yeah.
Not
Actually,
actually.
I've been growing up with Golden Dish for a very long time. But now I know the owner. So that makes it perfect. You know.
That's a big difference.
Oh, we.
That's what tastes better now.
Yo. No crap.
Made with extra care, bro.
Nah, he's a very good guy, man. Very good guy. Shabba. They call him Shabba, yeah.
We were actually supposed to do own the block battle like Golden Dish. They wanted us to do one,
Is it?
and then we just never did it because I was not supposed to be athlone. Like each own the block battler was supposed to do a battle in their area, so I did one at Wembley.
Is this like that side?
Yeah. So my one, I have two at Wembley. This is, the park is
I don't
just 2 roads away, bruh. Nova Park.
Like Ballon's close, yeah.
Ballon. Nee, bro, this is Menenberg and Nova Park. Southeast. Rheinland.
We don't come to places like this, man.
This is but this is the burbs of Nova Park. You know what I'm saying? Newfields. That was, but I only lived here like 3 years, but I grew up at Athlone and Eerstroven, man. Since where am I putting the footage? Yeah, bruh, so from your side, Andy, is there anything else that you need to ask this man? I feel like
Your 5 top favorite rappers.
he's it. Thank you.
Ask me to do it.
My 5 top favorite rappers.
International, local,
Just can make sure that I can download of this. Oh wait, yeah, I can. Shit.
It's a very easy question.
Nah, man, it's not an easy question, baby. It's not easy.
King Klutch,
Yeah, don't say King Klutch 5 times, please.
KCPT,
Who?
Isiani,
Wait.
Destiny's Child,
KCPT is him now.
Ismail.
Isiani is him now. Destiny's Child is him. Yeah, that's guy. I like that. That was a
Nah,
that was a-
to be real, if it's other than myself, I would say definitely Young. There's no doubt about that. Then it will be Kendrick Lamar. If you listen to like my mixtapes, you will hear I'm doing a Money Trees cover of his Money Trees, you know. When I'm speaking about Nadia Chapter and all of that on the Isiani mixtape. I actually told her that like last week. I would like tell
that
her.
you did that. No, why?
Oh yeah, she was nice with it though. But yeah,
She showed it in person and I thought she would be. I thought she was like tall, man. I don't know, maybe it's just the Instagram. No offense, that's kind of cute though. Yeah,
I'm gonna get knocked out if I speak further, sir. But what I wanted to say is,
yeah.
the reason being, so yeah, Young, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Joey Badass, and Capital Steez.
Rest in peace, rest in peace.
Huh?
I would not expect to hear Capital
No.
Steez.
in your order, mos.
Nah, you don't have to give it in the order, man.
That's my top 5.
I would not have
Joey
expected.
Badass, and Capital Steez. I mean,
Why Capital Steez?
yo, but he inspired like big time to how I write and the stuff I rhyme with and how I approach a beat and all of those types of things, bro. It's like next level.
Just make sure I can copy the stuff there, man. Sorry. I don't know what it's showing me this, yo.
It's so badass part.
Joey Badass, bro.
Yo, that is the whole vibe on the time, mate.
But now look here.
Whole vibe.
Maybe it's because I'm recording now. I can't dance for while I'm recording now.
Why not?
Transfer.
Why
Like files from my phone to.
You can soms op de phone.
But now why isn't it giving me the option?
What is US? Is this thing
Oh,
USB on your-
there. No, I got it now.
It's in TCIM. No?
TCIM.
The
See, this now the 20th we have a performance in Strain
20th.
Where do I go? Camera?
with
or-
Mojam.
That's what I wanted to say.
Video.
Video. What?
We must move
Public camera. Yeah, it's the camera
to
video.
the northern suburbs now.
Yeah.
The whole southern
20th
suburbs is
in
aware
Strain.
of this now. The northern suburbs is not aware.
Just look for video.
Cream's running that side.
Hmm?
It might not even be
Cream's running
TCIM.
the north.
Mm.
You must live in Kelzer.
Strain is
That's
former.
Nah, that's 10 minutes
From where
15
to- from
minutes. From Easter River to Strand is like 15
Yeah, we used to take train, my bro.
It
I must
sounds
do
far.
it.
To Strain.
Yeah, it's 5 stations.
I
Yeah.
love this side. I would just-
We
I
used
would
to
just
take
say-
train
I would
to the
just say
beach,
that's
bro.
far, maybe
Saturdays.
that is far,
Come
that-
there half an hour.
From here to Strand is
From
far.
here to Strand is
Yeah.
far.
And if you
And
stay
Strand's
in the northern
water is
suburbs,
nice, man, bro.
then it's
Warm
close.
Yeah, yo, this guy, when I moved that side, what is this Clifton water, man, bro? Yo,
The more you go down that coastline, it gets warmer, the water.
Fishu side and what, not,
Nah, that's
how,
cold.
how,
That's whole from Melkbos.
The whole Falls Bay region is
Oh.
cold water, bro.
From Melkbos, right down. Past Muizenberg. From Mulmabisi.
I think it's this, no?
Nah,
I just have videos here.
it gets warmer
Okay.
if you go to our side.
That side, yeah. That side.
It's warm.
From this
Huh?
side.
It's cold, yeah.
Nah,
It's
there
icy.
was a back I saw there now. Somebody's back. So, Mr. Klutch,
Yes, sir.
we've got, like I say, independence dropping, a project based on your experiences, based on who you are up until now, from the last project, I would say, up until now.
Definitely. Yeah.
Is there anything that you need, like, the mentor to look out for besides that you're going to be dropping music video wise? Obviously, you've got BBW. Also, you're going to push that to TV.
Which one?
BBW. Oh, well, I don't know if it's going to make it on TV unless you get some blurring involved there.
Nah, there's been talks with Expresso and there's been talks with the Plainsman also. And the 2nd of April, I'll be performing in Grand West. It's the
2nd of
first time I'm even announcing this. I haven't made a post about it yet, but
This will be out by then. So, 2nd of April.
2nd of April,
Oh, yeah.
Grand West.
Send us the poster, I'll put it up.
That's something that I will be embarking on. Other than that,
Congratulations on that, though.
thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, the mixtape is coming. Ramadan's also coming, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
That
be
is during Ramadan.
yes. So I'm gonna be a bit off the radar, but I'll still be here since and I'll be preparing something since. But the minute that Ramadan drops, and that's done, then I'll be coming since
So,
goes
how do
back
you
to normal.
How do you feel about dropping during Ramadan? You being a Muslim.
No, I will not. I will not drop
Not-
anything.
oh,
There will be nothing dropped in Ramadan.
I
That
also
will be
personally,
purely the respect, since I need to pay my respects and wish.
I personally, even as a non-Muslim, I don't do anything during Ramadan in terms of music.
No, there's a lot of people I know like that,
Yeah.
since that is on the same level, and we actually appreciate that, bro. To be honest, as Muslims, since
Yeah, well, in Cape Town, you also need to respect the fact that a lot of your, like, the Muslim audience is very tight knit, man. Like, and like the very, how can I say, they push, man. You know what I mean? Like the Muslim community. So for me, I have to respect like that fan base or that audience of mine. I know they will listen eventually, but I just feel like, you have to respect those who, how can I say, even if somebody's a fan, right, of your music, you need to treat them like they're your friend, man.
Correct.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, we grow up with a lot, like I said, Cape Town is very diverse. We grow up with a lot of cultures and religions. And you grow up with friends that is Muslim, Christian, and you know how it go in the household of that family. No music, no nothing, TV's off.
Yeah.
And that type of vibes, Christmas vibes, like Christian people and those type of things. and you try to respect that as an artist or something.
It works both ways.
I,
Works
for
both
me,
ways.
it actually happened weird because when I grew up, I didn't grow up around a lot of like Muslim friends. Nah, bro, I only had one Riyadh bird. Maybe shout out to Riyadh. That was him. There was another girl, Suraya, in my class, but we were very limited, man, because it was that side of the world. And if you move to this side, Cape Flat side, you'll get more.
Yeah.
It's it was a vast difference from the culturally, man, bro.
True.
So,
He's the first brother I have that is Islamic.
is it? Kak, man, bro. So,
I don't know. I have like very little.
and you grew up in Mitchell's Plain.
That's
No,
true.
I live in Yesterday.
Do you live in Yesterday? Where in Yesterday?
In Malibu.
Man, that's the Sturvey side, man.
Huh?
Do you live in the Sturvey side of Malibu or the last side? I'm joking, man.
You stay.
I lived in Forest Heights, bro.
So I know Forest Heights.
Oh, yeah.
Like in and out.
Okay, that's a fair answer. That's a fair
So-
answer.
Regardless of where I stay, it doesn't mean.
I was just playing, man. I was just playing. Nah, yesterday, Blue Downs is Blue Downs. Now, because growing up, now when I moved here, when I moved to Belgravia, the Athlone Lighters asked me, "Oh, you live in Belgravia?" So I didn't know the difference. Guarantee they tried to stab me in Belgravia, you know what I'm saying, bro? That's the first time I had a gun pulled out on me was in Belgravia.
And like in Mitchell's Plain, you say I live in West Streets, and guys like, yo, that dude live in Tafel, that dude think they live lavish here in West Streets, you know? Same vibe. Same vibe.
Look, you basically. It doesn't matter where you. Like I said, I always say that where you stay, it doesn't make you who you are.
I agree with you 100%.
Look, I stay in Yesterday, but I move around everywhere, you see.
But I
So it's
grand
not
the fact that
I'm
you
not
stay in
in
Yesterday.
danger. I'm also in danger.
I just grand that because I grew up there, so sad.
Yeah.
So-
Like you see, there's no Muslims there in that place.
So you get what I'm doing, but like you
Closed that mosque,
yeah,
like the Adhan thing there, you know, it's not allowed.
because this is not enough
People,
Muslims.
people said no, they said it's a noise.
Yeah.
That thing make a noise in the morning. That's
It's
what the
crazy,
people
bro, because when I moved here, it was
So
like
they stopped
there's
that.
so many mosques, and you just hear the adhan from all angles. So, like I
Yeah.
say, that's what builds you.
It went like once, I think it went
Yeah,
in the
well,
day.
recording videos.
Is it?
Once in the
Oh,
day,
yeah.
the men to complain. They don't like this thing. It's for them it's a noise.
So that's why I was saying like I can like my one homie he educated. He will come to my house, play music. We wanna record or whatever. Yeah, the town will go off. Please pause that, man. I take them man like what? That's when I learned, but I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
okay. And that's when I started learning. So that's where I started adapting.
It's a
Like,
discipline you must have.
yeah.
I feel Islam is a strict religion. It's,
You must be very obedient.
they will cut you, they will kill you if you don't.
Hey, allegedly.
In Arab countries, if
Yeah.
you steal and stuff, it means
They cut your hands off.
consequences of stealing stuff.
You steal, you go to mosque and you know you must put your shoes in. If that's Warren's his car by the time you come out and they catch you.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, why are you stealing at a mosque, man? Nah,
But bro,
that's what happens.
you know, we got the pastors and the imams stealing
Yeah.
from the mosque, from the churches.
Yeah.
And you can't say that, and that happens everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
In everywhere, in all parts of the world. Crazy shit happening out here.
Money, bro. Money is something
Yeah.
else.
I'll just give you more topics to rap about, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Would you rap about things like that though? Would you go?
I've been rapping about, my bro. You know the things that I rap about. To be honest, there's so much people out there, you know, that is taking on listening to. We all know what I'm about to say now. Means is rapping about girls, vaginas, and money and cars that they
Yeah.
don't have even,
Yeah.
and drip and ice and you know diamonds and all of this
No
stuff.
tiki vibes.
You're hearing so much of that, and yes, maybe you know a portion of the public wants to hear that, but as for me, like I've been saying this whole time already, I document my life in my lyrics. You know, I speak about things that is actually relevant in our day-to-day lives for colored, black and white people to listen to, sien jy. So there can be a white lady shouting as ek wat laat ding ruk, ja. And there can also be maybe a dark of complexion person saying atrapi na manji, you know, those type of things, because that's actually a line in my new mixtape. So but for example, man, I told the Lord in Kosi, you know, those types of things you can you're gonna hear, you don't understand now, you'll figure out later what I'm saying. But I'm accommodating everybody, accommodating myself, because I also need to let things out, you know. Like, I don't know if you saw Rihanna had this interview and they were asking her about Eminem actually, and Rihanna was saying in that interview that she's very grateful that Eminem has music, and they asked her why, and she said the reason for that is everybody must understand how much songs didn't that man write. Let's get that out of the way, since this man is now 20 plus years in the game. In 1 year, I'm talking about 6 mixtapes. And man's talking about 20 years, brother. It's levels, my brother. It's not just, it's hy wil gedoen wees. That's what they'll say, since so imagine he kept all that content in up here, and he did not get that out. There's so many people dying of depression and anxiety, and just taking paracetamol till they die and shit and all of this stuff. It's a real, it's reality. Ricky Rick, see what's just happening. Rest in peace, Ricky Rick. Example. It's people that have money, my bro. Ricky Rick was born into
money.
Yes. So money is not a problem, bro, but you understand what I'm trying to say, Shinjay?
How did that make you feel, if I may ask?
What?
Knowing that somebody who's established, who's born into money, has money,
good question.
Allegedly still, you know,
still take his life.
And that's somebody that you, as an artist, can say is a legend in our industry.
Facts.
You know.
Facts. To be honest, are you asking like how it has impacted me?
King Klutch and Ismail, yeah.
How his death is, or how I perceived that death,
how
the
you
impact of it.
Yeah, because you didn't know him, right? So
yes, I didn't, since but
you still feel the energy.
Yes, obviously.
Just like somebody can look up. Somebody can look up to you and be like, if something had to, God forbid, happen to you, like you knock a toe
it would
and
impact
it fucks up a toe,
or
whatever. Somebody else,
I understand. I understand. Yeah. Personally, I feel like my whole life, I've had examples of what to do and what not to do. So I've had in my circle of, in my personal space, since I'm not gonna go into detail, but I've had people in my personal space, family members, very close friends, do certain things, and I've seen the outcome of that. And I've had so much opportunities to fall in that same trap and become a heroin addict. Get the tattoo, go do these types of things, and it's been so close in and around me, in the same house that I'm in the next house that I walk in. I've seen what you should not be doing, coming from Mitchell's Plain, because that is where the streets raise the children. Not your parents, not your household. Your parents is maybe trying their best to do so, but I can guarantee you your kids are not going to be inside all the time. They're going to go on the streets. They need to be there. There's no other place to be. In Mitchell's Plain, 7785 is what I'm speaking about. So when it comes to Rick and me seeing this, is like I just mentioned, he was born into that. And it's not his fault or whatever, but if it is, for example, if you flip the script, if you were not born into having money and having all of this riches and whatever the case may be, let's say you had the cycle of working for that and then getting to that level, would you still commit suicide?
You see, that it depends on you, man. Like, as a person, like we can't speak for anyone's mental space unless except for our own and circumstance, except for our own, right? So in asking you that, I can only ask how it affects you knowing that, no? But
It makes
I
you
can't,
think, man.
yeah,
Makes
it does
you
make you think
yeah.
exactly on what you
Makes you
just
think,
said,
yeah.
right? Like for me, I'll answer from my side, right? Like I watched this funeral, man, and but I won't lie, bro, I chunked, bro, cause I never met the man, but it's his influence, his impact, and what he's done. If I can do half of what he's done in my lifetime, I'm happy with that, bro, personally.
Cotton
You
fish,
know what
bro.
I mean?
Don't worry.
Look at
Cotton
bro,
fish.
like we had ill manner that we were running just before lockdown. We sold Mercury out, bruh. You check. My inspiration was Cotton Fest, and Cole Bennett has his own festival. Now the way Cotton Fest is run is similar to Cole Bennett, so that's where I drew my inspiration.
channel.
Is you know I like those guys, and I did a similar promo video for the event, man. So that was Ricky Rick, man. Do you get what I mean? Influence, bro. And just looking at all of that, looking at the path I'm choosing, no, is one of, in all honesty, you couple so much love, but means don't know how to couple love back or don't know how to perceive it, man. I had one of my closest rap friends tell me the other day that I have the biggest energy in the room, and he thought that at first he didn't grant me as a, because it was before I did KWAAI Media, all of this, right? And he just thought I want to be this and that, and I won't lie, like that was my whole energy as a battle rapper, as a rapper. But shit, I'm going on a tangent. But the whole point for me is just, how can I say, people will always look at you however they look at you, however they perceive you. It's up to you to just stay true to you, man. You know what I mean? So for me, knowing that and knowing how people perceive me, it's a 50-50 thing, bruh. You know, so that's I take this month's passing because I even deleted the post that I made. I said, look at everyone that looked at Ricky Rick just for a follow, just for a shout out, or just for a mention. Like, let's look at Youngster, for example, right? He mentioned you and he mentioned Young OG in his performance, right? Like, you must posted that video. I saw Young OG also post a video. Now, besides the two of you, let's say there's 300 other Cape Town rappers now, and let's say Youngster was truly committed to changing lives of these rappers. Not saying that he wants to, or he's unable to and doesn't want to, or whatever. Like, we don't know. But let's say, for example, he can and he just decides to, and he gets to a point where he's changed so many lives, but he realizes, look here, maybe I can't keep doing this because it's taking a toll. I need to keep feeding my family. You know what I mean? We don't know the person's personal circumstances.
Correct.
I said,
Correct.
you see what I'm saying
I get
there?
what you're getting at, yeah.
So,
What you're getting at.
put that pressure on Ricky Rick. All of us, like, yo, couple this, couple that. Like I said, I know people that were followed by him that I have music with, you know what I mean, that were probably expecting a Ricky Rick feature or something.
You
know what I
expecting
mean?
so much from him, yeah.
So all that pressure that you as one person, you will know this best. You wanna blow. Like, you wanna be the pause. You wanna be the biggest artist that you possibly can be. You wanna be the best, right? Now, there's 10 of you who put that pressure on one person. This is of us, let me say. Because I want to be the biggest artist in the world. Don't get me wrong, bro. My personal goal as an artist, my bro, is not a rapper thing, bro. Like, I want to, because I don't just do rap for rap, but bar for bar, I fucking rap better than every rapper. That's how I personally feel, bro. Nah, but I mean, look, but, so I know where I want to go with that, right? That's why I do battle rap. Because battle rap is you literally, people decide who won. Yeah, that's the thing. So you can say music for music, but music I do for music. Battle rap for rap is rap. If that makes sense, man. Like, that's where we can talk about that. Now, that's how I want to have it projected. So, how can I say, all of that pressure that we personally put on ourselves and project on, it's fucked up, bro.
So you're saying that that's like how you've maybe felt, maybe what?
I don't know, but
there's something that potentially could be.
Even Kev, this another twist to that could be how the Brussel of issue hier. Kyk jy rap kat man. Hy kan nie rap man. Hi, what this crap stuff like.
I'm sure you have enough money to be like.
No, besides him,
I'll wipe my tears with my money.
Bro, if somebody comes to you and they say, they a rapper now, and they say you rap kak, no, and they've never had a song on group. I've realized now why people say that, but like for example Teaser, kyk jy Teaser, as hy iets van my sê my broer, ek het 'n number op group, sy het fokol op groupie. That's the number, my broer, man. He can say nothing. It's a fact. I'm sorry, I know it seems fucked up, but I just sent him a message now also in saying that. Because that's one of my biggest haters, but so and apparently you rapped kak last night at the battles too. But the point I'm making is, but
I understand you.
Because he put a
I
lot of
understand.
pressure on him, so that could have
But
been why he did what he did.
we put all this pressure, people put pressure on us as artists, and we put this pressure on ourselves to do so much. Like for example, like people don't know what you're going through, and then they come and taunt you, and then they make fun of you, they make fun of your art, they attack you, even if it's unrighteous based off of your success that they don't have, because they want what you have
Exactly.
for themselves, bro.
Exactly.
And that's just how people are, unfortunately, right?
Depends on you, man. Like if you want to invest your energy into that shit.
I
Yeah.
say there's absolutely no reason to kill yourself.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, you can't live for yourself. You live for the people around you as well. So you doing that seem considerate, because he has parents, he has children. What about him? You know. So no matter what people is doing to you, you shouldn't let that impact you. and your family.
If that is the case, I don't think that that's what he was going through, because it will push you, Sinjay, to. You must be really pushed, my bro, to do that.
Who must remember to do that. So
You must be really pushed.
I will
Yes.
That's why I say we can't say, bro. That
As
if I had the
as big
to
facts.
me, all I will say is that if I was getting a push with ill manner on the back, like he had a push with cotton fist.
Cotton fist, yeah.
But you know what I mean? I feel like that's my goals. Like not goals, but
more money, more problems.
not happiness.
but he was a businessman, bro. May he rest in peace. You know, above all, we're not saying
yeah.
we're not dictating any manner of how we believe things should have gone or whatever. It's just
Or how it went.
we're just talking about how it affects us, and like
Yeah.
what I can say is he was a dope businessman. Like apparently he raised all of his brasa before he released his first project in 2015. Let's invest in such and such, and it's gonna make all of us rich. And he knew what would happen, and it did happen that way. So he knew,
Freak mad, no?
yeah, but he had a plan from the start. And from what I picked up with his passing, he even planned that. Like it's fucked up, bro.
Mad,
That is now the opportunity for the next person to step up.
In terms, well, the only
I don't think you can replace Ricky.
the only step that an artist can take is an artist like Casper or something, like just trying to do what he did, and I think that's
Nah.
or won't be to the same extent,
Never.
because you're not that person. That person lived and breathed, no pun intended, culture. You know what I mean? So with what I saw with Kuli China, he followed narrator, man. And I don't know if that's a ripple effect, but I strongly believe it could be. Like something like that.
Kulichana is dope, man.
Yeah,
I
it's a legend, bro.
keren it, man.
But yeah, bro, I think we didn't even play a game with the man. Normally we play a game in the podcast. Yeah, but we just kept flowing with it.
Like what game?
2 truths and 1 lie. Let's actually do that to wrap up, yeah. No? 2 truths, 1 lie. Tell us 2 truths about yourself, 1 lie. We have to guess what the lie is, but we all have to take a turn going. We have to all tell 2 truths and 1 lie. I'm not going first again. Andy, you can go. Oh, are you gonna join us? Oh, okay.
You have to go first.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Okay.
2 truths and 1 lie.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to guess what the lie is. I almost stabbed this one bro. I actually chased after somebody, and I stabbed him, and I was stabbed. That's the theme that I'm going with. That's my 3, yeah. I stabbed her. I almost Yeah, actually the first two don't make sense
It
now.
doesn't.
I'm like, what?
Nah,
So are you putting it all in one sentence?
no. I'm keeping a theme in because I don't like I can't think of anything like grandiose mensen say. So how can I say? There is a lie in there, if that makes sense. Like I voiced use that I almost stabbed one bro, but then I said in the second one that I chased after a bro and I stabbed somebody. So that's kind of like pointless, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So let's stick with I almost stabbed somebody. I was stabbed, and I often like to wear kousen. That's like a thing, especially if I have long pants on.
Great. I feel like you. First one's a lie. I feel like the first
So
one's
mense kyk my baie gefriek ja.
I don't.
He's the one look at me. He's like
I don't understand what you're saying.
I almost stabbed
But
somebody.
3 statements. Two
Oh.
of it's true, one of it's a lie.
Yeah,
You need to
okay.
guess the lie.
Yeah.
But it can be anything.
Any one of it can be a lie, and you need to guess what's the lie.
Oh.
Why was I stabbed? Jesus. Why do you say I was stabbed? You said. Jeez.
I've been stabbed.
I almost stabbed somebody.
I've been to jail.
Nah, wait, you must.
And I'm not in a relationship.
Okay, no, wait, that's fine. Keep yours.
Uh,
I've been stabbed. I've almost been to jail.
I've been
to jail, and I'm not in a relationship. We need to guess the lie.
Yes.
Okay, I know already what I think it is. But you must guess mine first, bro. What my
is the
lie is.
What is his lie?
You stabbed someone.
Nah, but I said I almost stabbed someone. I said I almost stabbed someone.
And you've been stabbed.
I've been
and
stabbed.
you wear kousen.
I don't think you've been stabbed either.
No?
I think that's the lie.
You don't think I've been stabbed?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you, can I give an answer? Okay. So you know the answer? You the only one.
I gave my answer.
Your one was the?
I feel like you didn't try and stab someone.
Okay.
It's mine also.
Okay.
You
And
probably was stabbed. You just didn't stab anyone.
okay. Kak, man.
Just left him.
It's because I wear short shorts for that. It's because I wear short shorts.
They stabbed the mensen in voor de sites.
That was my first time being without me. The one can put his arm around me. Yo, Pablo. Yo, I still say that. Ik blij.
You're dom. Ik ben net hier.
My bro, man, look here, man.
Come on now.
I'm not gonna pretend to have been the smartest light here on the street, bro. Yeah,
So what is the... We all gave our
Oh,
answers.
wait.
since I got gestick Owens, since I'm defending myself and somebody else, and
Where did you get stabbed?
So what's the lie?
What's the lie?
In your
You
arm.
didn't stab someone.
yeah, they tried to stab me, my bro. So I had to block them, and then they ended up running away because I have domkrag. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Goku or something.
Aye. Aye.
Nah, and I did almost stab somebody. He tried to steal my phone, so I pulled my knife out, you know.
Well, homie's carrying knives out here.
Bro, grew up in yesterday, bro. After that, bro, wys me waar bly sy. It's never gonna happen again, bro. Never, bro. Nah, I'm sorry, bro, but
Oh, yeah.
PTSD in Cape Town is a real thing, and people don't talk about that. Post-traumatic stress disorder from experiences that you're
They've
not
already
supposed to
gone
go
through.
through, bro. You're not supposed to know about people dying. You're not supposed to have friends that are shot outside the house for no reason. Like, those are things that a lot of us, unfortunately, can relate to. But anyway, I'm gonna go on a tangent there.
Yeah, it's not a story thing.
So you
Yeah.
don't wear oompa-soekies.
Don't, bro. Even with long pants, believe it or
I
not,
never wear umpa.
I never wear oompa-kousen. I take pride.
I feel like you just didn't care and you just put on umpa. That's why I was like, yeah, that's probably.
Nah, I appreciate that. But guys,
I
Nah,
like wearing socks in there.
That was actually a good one.
I
I bought
wear-
this.
I
That was
like
a good one.
socks in there. Like I'll wear socks without shoes.
And your lie? We need to guess your lie.
I think his lie was he said that he's not in a relationship. I think he is.
I've been to jail and I've been stabbed.
I don't think you've been stabbed.
And so yeah.
Okay, so I feel like we both
That's
know
why
the
I
answer
got
to this. We
what?
both know the answer to this. The relationship one is obviously the lie.
We know
He's
that.
not in a
He's
relationship.
not in a relationship. That's a lie.
He is in a
He's in
relationship.
a relationship.
Oh shit! How did I get that wrong? I know he is.
But you did
I
say
see.
that.
You like it?
Did I say that's a lie? Oh,
And
yeah.
you said you didn't get stabbed.
Oh.
You, I'm dumb now.
I stabbed
What's
you in my
wrong
head,
with
bro.
you?
Huh?
I stabbed you in my head twice in my back.
I was how?
And I
Why?
got surgery. Nah, you can't.
See?
That's off camera. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay, some real shit, real nigga shit. So the first one, okay. And by the way, you guys need to do a duo project. I'm waiting for that also.
Oh,
You and your girlfriend, bro.
we've been doing projects in there, but
But
we
they
are not
haven't out.
releasing it.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's what I'm
but
saying, because I've heard.
It's just
that-
videos, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, she is very talented.
She's good, yeah.
She's very talented. Yeah.
And also, I just think branding wise, it just helps with the female audience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does, yeah. It
It
does.
does,
It does.
What do you
Like you
think?
see, for example, her coming into my life since I'm making music, almost like I'm speaking about her since like what's the name of the song on this tape? Yes, there's Pretty Brown Girl, there's Side Effects, like what's the side effects of being in love? Tell me who the reason I got Hennessy in my cup. I'm not this Owens that date cunners for the boobs and the butt. 6 mixtapes so sharp so you know it's in the cut. And it ain't no surprise. I always want my way, but I'm willing to compromise. You make my legs weak, almost like I'm paralyzed. In bed with the clutch, everything is king size. You know what that implies. I always kill a game and I don't apologize. Had to keep the verse clean, almost like I sanitized. If only you knew everything I sacrificed, then I'd probably get a trophy, winner of the Nobel Prize. They saying that you're with me because I am on the rise. Baby, hold my hand in public, let them see it with their eyes. These women ask for pictures cause I'm well recognized, but nobody is a threat to your position in my life.
Nah.
Right.
That's the fire punchlines.
Right.
Keep it clean and
So,
sanitize. Keep size.
since I'm like
Shit.
that's like for her, since
I'm a sucker for
literally speaking to
punchlines,
her.
bro. I create punchlines.
You heard in White House since I shouldn't be saying this, but long moet you get the period. I'm talking fixed deposits and bro has period to pass me the mic. That shit's in there. So
That's little
you
dicky
will
shit.
you
That's little
my
dicky
bro,
shit.
you will hear, but
Yes,
I the biggest problem I have now with like my audience or not the problem since they're getting there since but it's the fact that so much of my bars goes over your head and you don't even know it. You think this is a direct statement, then I'm saying look at this name that I made for myself and I did it by writing his lines, flipping this money like I'm Tony Hawk's. Bro, I never get bored, I'm always on the grind. Like I don't like
I'm always on the
I-
grind.
you see,
the
it's
Nah,
fine.
that's why
If
you're
it's
bro.
fine.
I like
That's fine. It's fine.
This man wants to rap. Nah, I
He's
see.
trying to rap, that's
Yeah.
all. He's
Yeah,
trying to rap
we-
and get you, bro.
Oh,
Don't worry
we-
about that.
Now I need to get that out since.
Nah, respect.
So
That's yeah.
the music is my outlet since. So I
yeah.
can't tell it directly, yo. You know, I'm actually tijdelijk if you get to. I'm alright since I won't be stressing since. But you know what I'm saying since. So like what I put in, this is where I was speaking about that uniqueness is that shit. It's like, you know, when you have something, you're in possession of something that you just can't teach. Like you just, sometimes people will have that, man, bro.
The
Like,
X Factor.
and it's levels, man. Bro.
Yeah.
Like,
You walk in the place and people just notice. Man.
they know.
Yeah.
Now, I've said this like many times before, is that like every single room that I step in, I enjoy ensuring that every room I step in, I'm the hardest worker in the room. I try my best to make sure about that
You
each
have
and every single
competition with
time.
AVG. Yeah.
Nah,
But it's friendly, still
I'm,
friendly.
I'm not in competition
Nah, but
with
you your own
anyone,
competition.
Sinjay. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of artists out here right now that is like really huge. You know, there's so much. Yes, there's your Cash and there's your Timby Powers and there's your guys that are maybe just a little bit more recognized than the guys that is
I don't think
more
Baby Powers is more recognized than you, sorry. I was just gonna
than me.
I don't. You know why I
That's
say that?
big.
I'll tell you why I say that. No, I'll tell you why. He has more industry connections than you. No offense to him.
I don't have no.
Yeah, he has more. He's been at it longer than you. So, no offense to.
Nah, but you understand what
in
I'm
terms of
trying to
active.
say.
Yeah, I know exactly. But I just wanted to
Because-
interject and let you know. I honestly don't think so.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
Sinjay. No pressure, Sinjay. But there is other artists out there that is just not pushing. I won't say not pushing, man, but like they not.
Consistent or.
Nah, I mean like where the marketing aspect is concerned. Because yes, my bro, there's a lot of people on the Cape Flats that can rap, Sinjay, but there's not a lot of people that knows how to market this shit. Because there is people in East Streets in Tafelsig that is, you know, rapping in Afrikaans and they might just be the next cream, but they don't have like no way of becoming something in this industry because they have nothing to latch onto or even a studio. People is charging for studios now,
Yeah,
and like
we charge. I'm sorry.
so I got my producer sitting right there.
That's a good
Sinjay,
song.
but like you know what I mean, man.
Yeah.
Sinjay, like it's just crazy out here, my bro. Things is becoming more difficult for these types of underground artists. But I'm telling you, yes, my bro. And the thing is now, you know what? What I really love now is that I'm here where I am right now at this point, not because of the features. You know. Not that I'm saying that is a big factor in my world or anything, features and not featuring or anything like that. But name me an artist that has gotten like such attention and progressed in like independently by doing his own music. Like no features is on 6 mixtapes. Do you have an artist that is upcoming that has dropped 6 mixtapes in a span of a lifetime or 2 years since we've been established in 2020? Anyone?
It's a good
I'll
question.
wait. I'll
it's a
wait.
good question. I
Name
think
one.
it's-
Anyone in the whole Western Cape that has dropped 6 mixtapes.
I can't say for Apple. That's my coming.
Go look at the people that is dropping on YouTube right now. That is underground. That has the views and the followers. I'm getting there. I would say it's going well, but like I'm getting there since where social media is concerned. But go look at those people
Oh yeah, you're working.
that are dropping with features a lot. Their following is booming because it's cross marketing also at the same time. But the thing is also for underground artists. For me, it's more of a like an honor thing, man. Like it's really something. I'm not. Every single move is not in the direction to make it and to move forward. It is first the music. It is first the music, Sinjay, because I believe, and this has been my motto for a very long time. If you treat her right, she will treat you right. Right now, I got a mixtape that I'm about to drop. I'm spoiled for choice. We are arguing over which music video to shoot next. Because it's like, yo, this one is levels. Then my producer comes again and he says, my bro, this beat rather, and you know, and like we are like, and it's better that way, Sinjay. But the thing is for me is the honor of it all, Sinjay, of this rap thing. Is like, why are you doing it? What is your purpose for doing it? What is the outcome that you're looking for? Whatever the case may be. So for me, it's the music first, Sinjay. It's the skill first and executing on that skill that gives you that adrenaline to, you know, or whatever you have to say, you need to get it out and say it in this way. And when you are spitting the bar, whatever, how people, their minds is like blown, like, yo, like that man just say that now. That type of, it's I can't explain it really, man. But then you get the man that's like, Kiki, we're gonna make one song and we're gonna blow up now. It don't work like that.
I was that guy at first.
If whoever you
That was
are
me before.
and that is your mentality and you're watching this right now, let me tell you, it's not gonna
That
happen.
was me before my first
It's
song.
not gonna happen.
2015, yeah. Yeah, that was me. 2015.
Man, I think you're gonna get in the studio,
drop
drop
my
one
first
song,
song.
and blow up.
But the process is different for everyone because by that time I knew Rolene before she blew up. But
Oh,
like she was in
That's
the
dope.
studio. Like I've been in studio since 2010, man. So I was lucky enough that I was in school since I moved here. From yesterday, we were rapping, then from youth. He was, you want to start a business. Today he runs that Raw events.
raw.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the Raw open mics. Or,
Nah.
they are having one at Baxter. Like they do that to Baxter also. So
That's just.
yeah, but I was that guy. I just thought that at first because of
Who you knew.
yeah, and the first song really, bruh, a day we got 500 plays in 2015, bruh. And if I think of it, if it was actually a good song, if I was actually good, if I
At that
actually
time, not
knew-
so much people was on social media also.
But that was the SoundCloud phase. That was the
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
was big.
I was
bruh.
so there, bro. Don't worry.
Yo, bro, luckily I had somebody introduce me to Instagram around about that time, but I was delayed with that shit. And then
I found out on Instagram like now the other day.
really,
No cap. I'm like now by
and TikTok
almost.
was now you.
Yeah, TikTok. I started that recently.
You basically doing the
Yeah.
TikTok thing apparently.
Yeah, because you know I don't post like it's like bikes minute or like say like yo come do a what's the name walkie. It's not me seeing like I will like post my performance like some now I'm performing, you know, like we was this here in Lotus, that barbershop.
Legend, Legends, Boys to Men.
Boys to Men, yeah, there like that. I post that like on things, you know, like maybe it's just an up close video, the crowd and that, those type of things. I like post, you know, like music video snippets and stuff like that, that type of things. And
Yeah.
TikTok in 2019 was the most downloaded application. So you must imagine, that's in the world now. So you must imagine 2020, 2021, 2022, the growth of TikTok. If you just use a hashtag and type the FYP and select that,
Yeah.
compared to not putting those hashtags on when you're making a post on a TikTok, you'll tell me again.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah.
You will tell me again, bro. And there's the whole algorithm too, there's whole social media things in there. And there's mense that you pay me, bro, nowadays to handle your TikTok and that. Like this guy, Dangerzone, he's like CEO of Omega Real Estate. He gave us that private penthouse at,
Oh shit.
at
town.
yeah, in the Audi R8 and all of that. So he told me that he has a guy that like manages his stuff, and he says like he was just casually saying to me, nah, but next month I'll be on 10K based on my whatever you wanna call him. And then I was like, yo, freak man. Then it's, yeah, bro. It's, if you think about it now, what really bothers me now is like all those mensen that's popping now, no? Like a lot of mensen that's popping now on social media. Who would they be without social media?
It depends on how they would hustle.
Levels.
Yeah.
If there wasn't YouTube and let's say there were only cassettes now and CDs and DVDs, let's say now,
That's what
let's say raise the
I like that.
YouTube, let's say raise the TikTok and all of this funny stuff.
That's the life we're living now, though.
Yes, I understand. We're in a digital underground. It's back. But like,
You know?
like you understand what I'm saying? Just take that away, and all the mensen that is popping right now, would they still be popping? All of them.
But
Like,
it'll be different, yeah.
bro,
The kids wouldn't blow up as easily. Because the thing about the kids of this generation is they all grow up on Instagram. So now you can be a rapper and be on Instagram, get the views that somebody who's rapping since 2012 can't
Never get-
That way.
yeah.
because his friends are they have kids that are 8 years old by now. You know what I mean? They're not
But
on
that-
social
that-
media.
The vibe of sharing and, you know.
That
And
doesn't.
the reason why, sorry to break you up,
Yeah.
but the reason why he wasn't as big in 2012 is because social media wasn't what it was then.
Yeah.
So,
But let's say now you
you're right.
It doesn't mean you can't go platinum
Nah,
or
for
you
sure.
can't. It means that the money's there, my bro. Radio is there, newspapers is there.
But it
TV
was
is
just
there.
harder to make it independently, man.
Yeah, it is most
Because now
definitely.
it's
Now that's where the
easier.
record label comes in, and the record label is going broke now because of that. You know.
Would you sign?
I was with the record label already. You know that?
Which one?
It was called Glue Records.
But is it a established label?
It was established in 2019. So that was like, it's a long story, bro, but it was better for me. The manager of that, the CEO of that company told me, look, I feel that you would be better, and this is true story now. This is true story. I don't think I've ever said this on social media. Is that man told me one thing. Very importantly, he told me is that you will be much better if you go independent. And I was scared, Sinjay, because my bro, you don't know how much money it takes to get from A to B. For example, that man can fit you in a flat glass mug, chauffeur you around, or go to this event, VIP sections, whatever, everything is paid for, studio time is paid for. Yo, bro, it was like, it was mad, bro. It was a long story, man. But the most valuable advice he gave me was he told me like, you will be better independent. And I was afraid, man, bro. I was scared since I was like, yo, that's like throwing me in the deep end. And am I gonna swim now, or is the ship gonna sink? Since and it was up to me. And I had to figure it out, man. It took like time since I was like sitting on my own and I was thinking like, yo, I really want to do this. How am I gonna do this? And then if it wasn't for Dalilly, then the snowball wouldn't start. He said, believe in yourself. It's a walk in the park. Now it's a walk in the park, nigga. So there my team came from there, man, bro. And it's mad how it happened, man. This was like all just stuff we casually just talking about. It's like, we must actually make a clutch sweater, Sinjay. And then we like, yo, we don't have a logo. Then I'm like, I want to do a logo, something that looks like this, Sinjay. With a K, this looks like a K. I was like trying to make like a hand symbol, Sinjay.
Oh, okay.
Like a K, like, a iconic hand symbol, and then I was like, I'm gonna do this. And then I was like, I want this, like that K's to come like the K, and then that, Sinjay. Like just here, the line is here, and then the K. No, not necessarily. Then I was like, mense tripping, this is a Klutch Klan trip here. I was like, KK, thinking of what name to give us, what logo to go within. And it was in that wide shop, like I said, Sinjay. But I first thought of this, and then we did this, and I show in Kaapstad music video, you can check it out. You will see the sweaters in there, Sinjay. It's just like a K with the clutch here. It's just this.
It's just that middle part, yeah.
Just this that you see here,
So that
with
was
the
first
crown.
one.
All of this stuff is gone, just that, Sinjay. And then I walked into that shop, Sinjay, and I'm somebody that likes to. I've got a business orientated mind, and that's the mind. And with the eye, it's like I steal with the eye, Sinjay. And this is the honest truth, Sinjay. I was in that YGN shop, and they have like something like this. Now I think this looks organized, Sinjay. I think it looks impactful also to the eye. It's capturing, Sinjay, the circle on the whole t-shirt, and it's not too much and it's not too little. It's perfect,
like,
you see. And I wanted to always have this like as my own company, to say like established propriety limited, Pty Ltd, that type of shit. I'm legit, man, bro. I want to get my papers and register my stuff and whatever. So it's developing, man, bro. It's mad, to be honest. And from there, then I was literally drawing on a piece. I still have the book at home, since I was literally drawing. I was like I can't throw to say my life. But I was like, I tried since and I like literally just did that, and then I brought it to life, my bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this was us just having casual conversations, bro. We didn't know how to shoot a music video, you know, for example. And my bro, if I must break it down for you,
First music video.
it was like an introduction to so much that it's like, how do you self-manage yourself and money and whatever the case may be.
That's all we were talking about. It's like, it's as you go, you learn, bruh. But luckily you have people as close as them. Like,
that's on the same mission and the guidance and all of that,
Yeah.
so it was like super important. But like, as time went by, my bro, we just learned, my bro, and growed, Sinjay. But I'm very grateful, Sinjay, for where I am. I'm grateful for my fans. I'm grateful for my support, because I've sacrificed so much. I've done so much that people don't see. Some things that people do see. I got people that is literally opening up their hearts to me where this goal is concerned, wanting to see me move forward. I've got an amazing team behind me, and my family is also, you know, on the same wavelength. You know, you get that mothers that is like, you wanna be a rapper, you wanna be a we call it, bro. Go, you need to go. It's either you go play soccer, or you go do athletics, or you become a doctor, or go work in a call center, or for the council, or whatever you wanna do. And people take me serious. My people that mean something to me, that I would want them to really listen here and like listen here and like take me seriously, and the people that matters to me does. And they and yes, yes, thank you for the assist, the 90-minute assist. But that's the truth, my bro. And I could never be more grateful for the people around me, because it's proven time and time again how real they are. And at the end of the day, my bro, whether you are J. Cole, youngster, or King Klutch, how big you are, how small you are, at the end of the day, my bro, you need some people behind you, Shinjay, that is on the same wavelength. And my something I've always loved by is the people that is starving with me now is gonna be the people that is eating with me tomorrow, Shinjay. Because yes, I'm just the face of all of this and the spokesperson over here, you know, and whatever the case may be. But there's other people here that is contributing and ticking off the boxes. I tick off maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They tick off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each. But the contributions is there, my bro. And I'm very happy for that, because
I've always said that rap is like a band. Being a rapper, you're part of the band. You know what I mean?
Part of the band in the sense of
He's your drummer, he's your guitarist, he's your... Do you get what I mean? You're the vocalist, right? You're the lead singer.
We all have a role to play. We all have a role
He's
to
the
play.
manager of the band. Do you get what I'm saying? Like just as an example. Yeah. But rapping has never for me been like rappers. You have the mentality that they need to do it alone, but it's never been that. It should never have been that.
People need to educate themselves out here.
Supply yourself.
Yeah, niggas need to educate yourself out here, man.
What's that? Apply yourself to supply your wealth. That's the thing.
Big facts.
And with that being said, my bro, I would like to thank you guys for pulling up to the Danger Zone, you know,
Salute.
for gracing the podcast with all of this knowledge, insight, and this has actually been a lot of dope topics that we covered, so I appreciate that.
No worries, bro. Respect.
Oh, yeah.
Big shout out Dangerzone, KWAAI Media, King Klutch CPT. Follow me on Instagram, King Klutch CPT with a K, King Klutch CPT on TikTok, King Klutch CPT on Facebook. I can't give you my WhatsApp number. You can talk to my manager over there. Go like this.
Always salute Dangerzone, the culture, King Klutch in the house.
We out here.
Master 500, Dalilly, 021 Optics. Shout out to Jenna, that's Klutch Kontrol Photography.
Yes,
if you didn't
sir.
know, now you know. Blessed, be safe.